Is Twitch fucking around? Yeah, I guess we have to edit that. I can't believe I typed out all that shit. And it didn't even do it. And so it begins. That's just ominous. I'm just here editing my fucking stream info. How about you calm down over there? Ooh, something went wrong. What? I cannot update my stream info. What does that mean? Is Twitch shitting the bed? Let's see what people on Twitter are saying. Because obviously, no, I wanted to fucking search Twitch. I didn't want to go to some fucking idiot's page that says, I'm live on Twitch. Nipple stars, man, what's going on? I can't fucking change my stream info. But I want to. But here, let me actually tweet out that we're live. Or no, not tweet, but post. I promise we will get the gameplay once I can change my actual game that I'm playing. Because obviously this isn't Ark Knights. We did that yesterday. That's not for today. Whoops, didn't want to add that as a bookmark. They try to stop me again? What do you mean they tried to stop you? That sounds very ominous. No, but what are you doing? Are you just spamming motes? What is this for? Is it because I'm trying to put death in the fucking... I think it might be because I'm trying to put... I was going to put Death Row Fast Pass. But is it because I'm putting death in the title? Like, is that reason I can't update my game because I'm trying to type Death Row? Let's see. Yeah, holy shit. I can't believe this goddamn service. I can't put Death Row in my title, but I can do a whole bunch of other stupid shit on Twitch. I can't believe this fucking service sometimes. I can put swearing in my title. There we go. I put fucking do not do bad shit in prison. I can put shit in my title. I could probably put fuck in my title. But death, no. Never. Never say death, ever. Alright, but either way, let's go ahead and actually get... Holy shit. I can't believe this fucking service. I gotta put the this back down. Alright, and last time we did get cut off a little bit abruptly because that banner went live, but I believe, if I remember correctly, we were going to check out Knightley's holding cell to see if we could get any info from there. Yep. March 28th, 1:43 p.m. Detention Center holding cell. Yeah, the word death too much for Twitch? Yeah. Revealing your nipple on stream? Fine. It's a little bit loud in my headphones. This is the victim's cell. When did Mr. Knightley arrive here again? It was after the president's welcoming ceremony on the night of March 25th. So when and how did he move over to the prison? There might be some evidence left that can answer that. Alright, let's get cracking, Mr. Edgeworth. Detention Center holding cell. It's investigation time. Alright, so. First things first, let's check out his desk, because it looks like there's paper on there. Alright. Nooks and crannies. Crack, says who? There's something on the desk. It seems to be some kind of memo. Let me take a closer look. Okay, chessboard shit. Next move of bishop to g2. Okay. Okay, so this is he was doing correspondence chess. Or wait, was he doing correspondence chess? Because that was what Dogen was doing, right? This is chess notation. It was probably the victims. What's chess notation? It's a memo that records the positions of pieces on a chessboard. This is a good match. My next move would be pawn to... No, actually, before that. Mr. Edgeworth, this is no time to be playing chess. Well, I mean... Looking at the fucking match as it is right now... White's kind of fucked. I mean, they're both in a bad situation. I'm sure it's not important. Nah. What you mean? Chess. Everybody loves chess. If there's one thing this game has told us, it's always pay attention to chess. Let me actually turn the audio a bit up. It seems a bit quiet. That should be better. But yes, we should not be playing chess, K. The positions of the chess pieces are recorded in this memo. I feel like I've seen something similar somewhere else. Was this how the pieces were set up? I don't think this is how the pieces were set up in fucking Dogen's jail. Or Dogen's cell, were they? Interesting. I should take a closer look at the evidence I've collected. I mean, more than likely. Alright. Is this spot connected to any of the evidence? We could use the fucking... yeah. Hound piece. Yeah. This chess notation. I've seen it before. You're still thinking about chess. Focus on the investigation. Focus. Chess is quite important to this investigation. Okay, have a look at this. Are these chess pieces from Dogen's cell? I don't know much about the rules of chess. The rules of chess are not important here. Look at the positions of the chess pieces in this memo and the pieces in Dogen's cell. Do you notice anything? Ah! It's almost like they're the same. I don't know anything about the different chess pieces, but if you flip the board around, the positions of the chess pieces are completely the same. Yes, although the memo doesn't include the Cerberus chess piece. Okay, so he made his Cerberus chess... that's one of his bishops. Interesting. The positions of the other chess pieces are identical. What's going on here? Yep. Okay. So he was playing with Dogen. Gallus, what's going on? Are you saying he was playing against Mr. Knightley? With this, we now have evidence to link Dogen with a victim. It feels like that's too obvious, though. The dangerous serial assassin is the murder suspect. It seems too simple. Oh, fuck. There are a lot of books here. What's this? Wonderful Warden of ours. I must go. Dude, it is raining like fuck outside. Trying to suppress your powers? That's crazy. Mr. Knightley, he was a surprisingly good person. Is that Crime and Punishment? I can't read a lot of these. I can tell that purple one says Prison Life for Dummies. I can't tell what the light blue one says. The green one is fucked. I assume somebody... Gallus is scaring me. He's ominous for reasons. Reasons you nor I could understand. What's up, Exalted? No, the detention center provides these books for the visitor's own edification. These books are supposed to help you grow as a human being. Prison Life for Dummies. These books were written by model prisoners and former inmates. Here's a helpful book, The Great Escape in 80 Days, based on a true story. Oh, check this one out. Crime and Establishment. Oh, Crime and Establishment. Okay, at least we're getting all of them in text. How to make money in prison. The problems with this detention center may run deeper than I thought. Alright, so are we corrupt? Mr. Edgeworth, is this a dining menu? You can choose your daily meals in this detention center. That's sick! I will be back. We'll see you in a little bit then, Gallus. However, unless you have the money, you won't be able to choose what you want to eat. In the end, the world revolves around money. Doesn't this mean that the rich won't have to reflect on their crimes? Yes, well, those who come here haven't been declared guilty yet. There are a few good people who don't need to reflect, probably. It sounds like you're just making excuses for them, Mr. Edgeworth. No? Why should I have to come up with excuses for the detention center? How about you mind your business? Alright. What's this spot on the floor? Was he shuffling his feet? Actually, it looks more like it was fucking scrubbed down. It's Horace Knightley's suit. According to the results of my investigation... What did you find out? A man who looks good in a suit leaves a more favorable impression with the ladies. Thank you, Kay. Next time I'll investigate men who look good in frills. Please don't bother. Alright. Floor. Something seems off. The floor here is clean. Was it mopped recently? Something was wiped up. It seems strange that only the area in front of the bed has been wiped clean. So does that mean he was attacked here? If we had luminol spray, we could tell. This newspaper. It's missing a few pages. They appear to be torn out. Alright. Why would someone tear out the pages from a newspaper? To wipe up the floor? Yeah. Actually, Kay is right. Clean the cell, it's quite possible. Yep. Yeah! The floor here is clean. It was probably wiped down with something. Did someone spill grape juice here? I don't know exactly what was wiped away, but I can imagine what was used to wipe it. It's very likely that it was this torn-up newspaper. Couldn't he have asked one of the guards if he could borrow a cleaning rag? Perhaps it was something he didn't want the guards to see. Or it was somebody else wiped it up. I don't think he escaped his cell on his own, though. That's the problem. Alright. What else do we got in here? We got the fucking shower area? I guess we can look at that. The reflection in the mirror. It's a security camera. A great thief's arch-enemy. I guess I don't take too kindly to thieves here. There's no reason for a detention center to be kind to thieves. Guard, I would like you to check the footage of this security camera. If you find any problems, report it to me at once. Understood, sir. There he goes. Oh well, that pretty much settles that. So this is what our investigation turned up. It seems we found a major connection between the victim and Doe. This is terrible. Who's over there? The security camera recorded something terrible. What? Can you let me see it? Of course, sir. I have a portable playback device right here. Portable VHS player? That's kind of sick. Then let me see it right away. 642. In the cell, and is he getting attacked? This black thing has got to be that doggy, right? Up until this point, I thought the murder took place inside the prison.
but it appears I was mistaken.
Well, I mean, Edgeworth, also to be fair, if he was stabbed in the neck inside the prison, there would be a lot more fucking blood, wouldn't there? Just a thought.
The place where Knightley was attacked was...
Well, I mean... It seems that we're doing this, huh?
It was the detention center. And furthermore, he was attacked by Dogen's dog. This is the decisive evidence.
Security footage data jotted down. Neat.
If Knightley was killed in this room, then this piece of evidence we found in the cell takes on a new meaning.
The floor? Question mark? Yeah, the white floor.
For some reason, someone wiped the floor clean. It's possible that they were wiping away bloodstains. But thank you for your hard work. While I have your attention, may I ask for one more favor?
What would that be?
There should be a detective by the name of Dick Gumshoe in the detention center or the prison. I would like you to give him a message. Tell him to check this room for traces of blood and give the results to me.
Yes, sir. There he goes. White floor updated. They should corner that old coot.
No, not yet. We still don't know how Knightley and the dog moved from here to the prison.
That's true, but once we figure that out, where should we check out next, Mr. Edgeworth?
The guards here might know something about the murder. Let's see if we can learn any new details from them.
Alright. March 28th, 2:15 p.m., Detention Center hallway. Alright, let's continue our... Oh! Oh! Hey there, bud! What you doing here? Sorry to intrude. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor and the little lady. Fancy meeting you here.
This man is Shilong Lang, an Interpol agent. About 2 weeks ago, he was in charge of investigating one of my cases. I would have thought he'd returned to his native country of Zhangfa by now. Agent Lang, what brings you here?
Well, no, because this guy is... Well, the murder victim for this case was in charge of a potential assassination plot on the... No, he was involved in a fake assassination plot on the president of Zhangfa, and he might know something about how the country is corrupt or something, question mark? Just some boring work. Nothing you need to know about. On top of a black dog, we meet a black wolf. Huh? You came alone today, Agent Lang? Well, it's not like he can bring fucking the third member. I was gonna say Sheena, and then I was gonna say Callisto, and then I was like, all of those names work.
Usually. He'd have a huge police force with him.
That too, yeah. Mr. Prosecutor, seems you've been busy these past few days.
These past few days? Is he referring to the incident with the Zhangfa president? I would have thought you'd be involved in his security too.
Our president doesn't even trust his own country's police force. Look at the results of hiring a private security company. It's laughable.
Agent Lang doesn't trust prosecutors or the courts. That's why. He brings along a large force of capable policemen to thoroughly investigate the crime scene. Yes, if you and your subordinates had been there, the results might have been different.
My subordinates, huh? They're no longer with me.
They're not with you.
Funny, looks like I'm a real lone wolf now.
Agent Lang, just what happened exactly?
Didn't I tell you? It's nothing you need to know about. Well, be seeing you, Mr. Prosecutor. Mr. Lang, I wonder what happened.
Yes, it troubles me too, but there is nothing we can do about it for now. Okay, let us continue with our own investigation.
Got it. First, let's ask those guards a few questions. Alright, buds. What you got for me?
You there, have you seen a black dog around here?
Of course not. If I had actually seen it, I wouldn't be standing around here so carefree. Did something happen with that doggy?
Okay, let's not press this matter any further. So Dogen's dog didn't come by the detention center.
That's quite dismissive. I guess because he doesn't have an actual sprite to talk to, he's gonna be innocent. Or he's gonna be telling the truth. This is a difficult case.
What's wrong? Is something troubling you?
Sir, one of my uniforms has gone missing. But I'm certain that I placed it in this locker. Maybe the uniform grew legs and walked off somewhere.
What kind of logic is that?
In any case, I wish you the best in your search. I'll be rooting for you. Yes, thank you for your support. Stolen uniform. Okay. Okay, and that's actual proper evidence. Interesting. Alright. Oh. Ooh, there you are. Ooh. Oh, it's Ray.
Mr. Shields, where did you go?
Where indeed? I've been searching for you guys this whole time. Walking all around the prison is hard work, you know. That's strange, seeing as you came from the opposite direction. Good detective work. I've got some new information. You want to hear it? Do you?
You should change the subject quickly.
I heard a little something from the guards. It seems Knightley caused a bit of an incident 2 days ago.
An incident?
You know how Simon said he came to visit Knightley, right? After the visit, when Knightley returned to his cell, naturally a guard escorted Knightley back to his cell. While the guard was unlocking his handcuffs, all of a sudden, Knightley struck the guard and knocked him out. It seems he was going to attempt a jailbreak. By the time the other guards arrived, the key to his cell had disappeared.
But there's been no reports of Knightley's jailbreak attempt 2 days ago.
Exactly. It's strange, isn't it? Right up until his death, he was still in his cell. What's more, Knightley claimed he never stole the key in the first place. In fact, they searched his cell, and the key was nowhere to be found.
Did the guard who was struck have anything to say?
No one knows. He was taken to the hospital while he was still unconscious. He's still there now, it seems.
So, in the end, we still don't know what happened.
Okay. So, the key to his cell was taken. We haven't found it. I would probably say... Well, no, because, yeah, no, it's more than like... It doesn't seem like it'd be any of the prisoners because they'd have to get out here and get the key from a guard. Or they'd have to come out of the prison itself and into the holding cell. Like, obviously, it's somebody... Could it actually be Shelly? Is this game going to be us hunting Shelly the Killer? Because that would actually be pretty cool. But if that's the case, then he's left behind way too much evidence. And he didn't leave a calling card. I got nothing right now. It's you!
That voice.
Oh, fucking Christ. You two losers. What are you still doing hanging around here? Well, you see, this is my assistant. Are you here to object our investigation and make me into a laughingstock? Sebastian, I believe obstruct is the word you're looking for.
In a way, I think his expression was apt.
Pleasure meeting you again, Judge Courtney. I know. You are Simon Key's defense attorney, and are you not? Well then, let's hit the formalities and celebrate our happy reunion with a hug. Uh-oh. Or maybe not. Incidentally, I heard you mention an assistant a moment ago. Yeah, we're assistants at the Edgeworth law offices. Prosecutors are civil servants. To open a side business is to betray the goddess of law.
As long as profit is not our objective, there shouldn't be a problem, right?
Yeah, that's it. Miles here's a volunteer worker. The purpose of my office isn't to make money. We're pro bono. What a wonderful heart you have, defending others without demanding payment. I do have an amazing charitable heart.
More importantly, I'd like you to explain your reasons for arresting Simon Keyes.
There's no need to. Is that a challenge against me?
No, I was speaking with Judge Courtney.
Does he have an inferiority complex? I guess it can't be helped. If you want to take on the best, you will have to fall like the rest.
I haven't said anything yet, but this is convenient. Then I will hear you out. What were your reasons for arresting Mr. Keyes?
I see no need to inform you. Sebastian, let us... Uh-oh. Just watch, Justine. Dog, for some reason, looking at his design more, I'm reminded of Simon Fulbright. I don't know why. I think it's the gloves and the blue, like, jacket. The red cape is fucking whatever, but the gloves and the jacket just give me fucking Fulbright vibes. Watch as I run around in circles against this useless prosecutor.
I think you mean run circles around me.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Prepare yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. Reasons for arrest. So, you want to know my reasons for arresting that man? The answer is simple. Yes, we found traces of that guy over there. How's that? Perfectly simple, perfectly decisive, right? So how about his uniform? It's the fucking uniform from what's that fucking place? Is it Ivy? I forget the name of the university. But it's the university from Dual Destinies case 3, I think. Isn't it? Yeah, it's case 3. Of course, I was the first to notice it because I'm the best.
How am I supposed to go about pressing that?
Well, I mean... Well, we should probably ask about what kind of traces he found, but... Themis law, I guess in the 8 years it took to get there, they changed the color of the uniforms. Yeah, but I mean, while we were there, what was it? It was fucking Hugh, right? Hugh was wearing the blue uniform. It looked pretty... It looked similar. Robin's was red and Hugh's was blue. Yeah. So maybe they swapped it. Or maybe he just had a change in profession. It is the same uniform? Okay, so they just changed colors.
This guy sure talks a lot. So, you're the one who arrested Mr. Keyes, I take it. Mr. DeBest, do you have the right to do such a thing?
Well, obviously it was the police who carried out the arrest. Japanese Dual Destiny art book confirmed it, if you recall. Okay, that's pretty neat. But since it was under my direction, shouldn't it also count as my arrest?
As I expected, it'd be difficult to deal with both of them at the same time. However, her silence is troubling me. Just what is she thinking?
You realize if I happen to open up your testimony, she's gonna fry you, right? Alright, the answer is simple. We found traces. So, what traces did you find?
That guy over there, that's certainly vague.
Well, don't they say the best hears one thing and understands 10?
You're just being lazy. Explain it more clearly.
Sebastian, if it's alright with you, would you please explain it to them in more detail? Oh. Interesting. I'm sure that everyone wants to hear what you have to say. Alright. If you insist, Justine. We discovered that. Perhaps you didn't know, but the victim carried a chessboard with him. Yeah, and Simon brought it to him, you moron. From it, we found that the suspect guy's, Simon Keyes' fingerprints. Well done, Sebastian. I bless you on behalf of the Goddess of Law. Please amend your testimony. Are you alright with that, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
Yes.
Victim carried a chessboard. From it, we found Simon King's feet. Yeah, of course, he brought it to him. What? Yeah, Simon brought it to him because Knightley asked.
Objection!
Yeah. Although, fucking, Courtney kind of just fucking tossed us an underhand pitch there. I'm gonna be honest. she was kind of adamant about. Yeah. So go ahead, be detailed, be detailed. He'll probably like that. He'll probably like that.
Fingerprints found on the chessboard. Is that the ace up your sleeve?
Ace in my sleeve? Oh, ace up my sleeve. Yes, the methods I use are always the best. This ace is my trump card.
Well then, allow me to show you that it is not in fact a trump card at all. Simon Keyes was the one who sent this chessboard to the victim in the first place. So it's only natural some of his prints would be left on it.
This man is a whole dweeb. I hate him. He's kind of a loser. And his theme is proper loser-like, too.
That took away too long. These fingerprints are hardly decisive evidence. Perhaps your arrest was a little too rash.
Rash?
To begin with, this incident occurred in the detention center and the prison. To suspect Simon just because he isn't a prisoner or a guard is a little unreasonable.
Well, with that stolen uniform, we could kinda put that on him.
What's with him all of a sudden?
I finally get what you're trying to say. Rash. You mean we were too quick to arrest the guy, right?
He was stuck on that.
Sure, I was the first to lay eyes on him. And I was the first to notice the evidence. That was even faster. But I am not rash. Sure, Simon Keyes isn't a guard or prisoner, but...
Sebastian? Judge Courtney.
What are you doing, Justine? Don't butt in like that. Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting. However, shouldn't we get to the best part first? The best part? Why don't you tell me about your wonderful reasoning regarding the murder weapon? Good one, Justine. Nice suggestion. Mr. Edgeworth, listen to my first-rate reason.
Will this reasoning explain why you arrested Mr. Keyes?
It fucking better. I'm sure it will meet your expectations.
Judge Courtney just changed the flow of the conversation. Just what is she planning?
The fact that he's acting like a composer too and not even doing 4-beat. I mean, he could be doing 3-measure. Murder weapon's location. Oh, you guys found that shit, huh? It's obvious the murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, the prison maintains strict control over potentially lethal items. I mean, except for fucking chisels that were in Dogan's cell. That guy has murder weapons out the wazoo. And he's got a dog. He's got chisels and a dog. He's got that one. But it's not a 3-measure movement either. Look. Maybe DS limitations. Because it looks like he's starting a 3-measure movement. It kind of does. So that's why I've reasoned that the murder weapon was brought in from the outside. Yes, it was hidden inside that chessboard. How the fuck? And since only the victim and suspect's fingerprints were found on the chest... Oh, well, I guess we never opened it up to check for if the chess pieces were in there or not, so he could have put like a knife in there. And since only the victim and suspect's fingerprints were found on the chessboard, isn't it obvious who brought and used the murder weapon?
At least it's clearer than his last testimony.
Alright. Fuck it. It's the best reasoning you can get from Prosecutor the Best. How do you like that?
Now he's mixing up the best with his own name.
But could someone really hide a weapon inside a gift sent to a prisoner? You'll find a good place if you examine the inside of the chessboard. Oh, is it just hollow?
Inside the chessboard, is there some place to hide a weapon?
Open that bitch up. What? What? Okay. Wow, what an annoying laugh.
Inside the chessboard, huh? Perhaps I should examine it a bit further.
Could it be held up inside the felt? Oh, well. Hidden compartment. Great. It's quite deep.
Yes, there's more than enough room to hide a small knife.
Great. It's not going to be beneficial for any part of our case. Understand now This is how the culprit smuggled in the... What's with the... I wasn't even finished.
Mr. DeBest, there is something you have forgotten. There is a gate at the entrance of the detention center.
It has a metal detector on it.
Eh? Well, there is, but... He means the security gate with the metal detectors, Sebastian. We had to pass through the same check when we entered the prison, remember?
Yeah, that's it. I remember now.
It looks like he completely forgot.
This guy is so dumb. There's no way. With the fact of him being prominently displayed on the background of the 5 silhouettes on the bottom screen, there's no way that he's going to be my fucking rival for this entire game. This guy sucks. I hate to break it to him, but
it would be impossible to smuggle a sharp metal object into the detention center. Therefore, your reasoning never held, even from the very beginning.
Uh-oh. But I guess they're working in tandem. Like, you can say Courtney is trying to train up Sebastian and trying to make him actually into a proper prosecutor, but it's still kind of weird.
That gate is only used on people. In other words, packages sent to the detention center undergo a simpler check. So they don't use a metal detector for that. This never should have happened. It seems the guards were too careless.
Would be the first fucking time guards are being careless. Security gate data jotted down. Neat. Right, Justine. Thanks for the assist.
You're welcome.
Why is the judge raising a prosecutor in the first place? Excellent question. Do kind of like that he's an amateur, though. We may have had a bit too many prodigies. Yeah, it's a nice change of pace, but him being, so aloof and stupid is not welcome to me. If that makes sense, I would rather him be, at least competent. Him forgetting about literally everything is a little bit too much on the nose.
Now then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, your cross-examination, if you please. Cross-examination. It's as if we were in the courtroom. Very well, his reasoning. Let's see how long it will hold up under pressure.
Murder weapons location. For a prosecutor team to be so good in this universe, where the fuck are all the teacher prosecutors? Well, I mean, in everybody's defense, if we go through the prosecutors that we've had in the previous games, you can see most of where they got good at what they're good at. For example, Miles and Franziska got trained by Manfred, and Manfred was fucking insanely good. Even though he was corrupt, he was still a good prosecutor. Good not as morality, but as, value of his skills, right? Then you look at Godot, and it's okay, Godot was just good. He was just a decent prosecutor. So that one, I can say, yeah, maybe he was a true person that was just good off rip, because it didn't seem that he was learning from Grossberg. It seemed that he was just good, and he taught Mia, and then Mia taught Phoenix. So Godot had a good understanding of both sides of the law, I guess, or both sides of both prosecuting and defending. So you can just say because he was good at being a defense attorney, that makes him good at being a prosecutor, right? Christoph Gavin, good one. Yeah, that's actually a good point. The guy was just being a rock star, and that's it. So Christoph Gavin was just literally, hey, I'm just good on my own. But Simon, he learned how to do that whole fucking manipulation shit. The reason Simon became good was because of Athena's mom. But past that, Nayuta was good because of Dirk. The only person that was like genuinely just good off rip was Kristoff. The others, you have at least some like thing to point to and be like, this guy is good because of this, and this guy is good because of that. Christoph Gavin is literally just good because he was good. He played guitar and he was good. Except I'm like way behind on any of the games you've been playing. But what's good? Nothing much going on right now. But we're going through this spin-off game, Optic, where this is the second Miles Edgeworth investigation game. So this one never got released in the US, so we're playing a fan translation on DS. But for the rest of the other games that we've played, it's actually a good point that you mentioned that, because last night I went ahead and put most of everything that we've done since Apollo Justice into collections. So if you're trying to catch all the playthroughs and you're not trying to scroll through all the list of the highlights, there is I did make a couple of those collections. So the only one that doesn't have a collection right now is Dual Destinies. For some reason, the last couple of the VODs didn't get highlighted, even though I set them up to be highlighted. I guess there was something wrong in the processing for that. But Apollo Justice, Spirit of Justice, Investigations 1 are all archived into collection now, so they're all in their own separate playlist. So if you want to catch up on those VODs are there and they're organized and neat. Simon learned psychology and the appreciation of Japanese culture from Metis. Yeah. He became a fucking weeb and learned how to read people's emotions and manipulate them. So, yeah, the only prosecutor that you can say, like, man, this guy was just good for no reason, is Kristoff. The others, you can kind of, like, draw their path onto how they're good. But, yeah, no. So, having another person where it's like, this guy's very clearly not good is a little nice. Right, it's like I said, I don't have a big grin on my face that he's a complete moron, but him being a little bit more aloof and not being a prodigy is nice as well. All right, so let's get back to the testimony. It's obvious the murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, the prison maintains strict control over potentially lethal items. So that's why I reasoned that the murder weapon was brought in from the outside. Yes, it was hidden inside that chessboard. Okay, then where did it go? Psychology knowledge still kind of OD. Blackpool just sucked. I don't know. He had as much as it's worth. You can determine the worth of his statement after I say it. He had the judge kind of just doing what he wanted. Yeah, like his psychology was good to a fault. Until he stepped up to Phoenix and Apollo. In which case, he got fucking cooked.
No weapon was found at the crime scene, not even inside the chessboard. So where did the murder weapon disappear to? I'd like to hear your answer to that.
Well, after the crime, the culprit must have hidden it somewhere in the prison.
Is there a problem with the statement the Best just made?
Yes, because where the fuck was it hidden?
The murder weapon is hidden inside the prison? I don't think so.
The judge getting led around? Impossible. Look. Like I said, you can determine the worth of that statement on your own. Didn't need to type it out. I got it. Okay? So he at least knows how to control a room full of idiots. That's my point. Had it not been Phoenix, had it not been Apollo, then, yeah, he might have got away and put some of these people away. But Simon Blackwell definitely got matched up against the wrong ones. Literally, Miles looked at him in prison and said, yeah, I'm going to pad my boy's stat count. So just go in there. I believe in you. Go ahead and prosecute.
It's clear from this piece of evidence.
It shows that the murder weapon can't be inside the prison. Don't we have an investigation report? Prison investigation. Yep.
Take that!
Or the right ones, all things considered, given his freedom now. Yeah, I mean, you could say that it was planned, that Edgeworth planned it. Like, I know there's no way he can beat Phoenix if Phoenix knows that his client is guilty. So we'll just try to make him become. We'll try to clear up his crime. right? It's an appearance for the outside, like, oh, he's doing this trial thing. That's kind of neat, huh? But in actuality, it's just gonna be, hey, you're gonna go in there and get your ass kicked while we're investigating your crime or your murder case in quotes.
Have you completely forgotten your own actions? You, along with Warden Roland, conducted a search of the prison, but you did not find the murder weapon, right?
You idiot! Oh, that's we must have overlooked something. This guy just completely contradicted himself.
You carried out such a sloppy investigation. I'm amazed that you call yourself the best.
Bro, are you mocking me? Don't save him. Don't save him. I'm just gonna. No. You back up. Let me cook. Let me cook. I'm gonna ruin this man. Dog. She was like, whoa, wait, whoa. Doing a little bit too much. You got too much dip on your chip. Sebastian,
Please calm yourself. Don't get caught up in the opponent's pace.
dog. It looked like a welt mark. It didn't look like a blood streak. Every prosecutor was like, "Who's my opponent?" Phoenix, right? I don't know who that is. It's about to be a breeze. Walked up in the court and got dusted by some idiot who talks to ghosts. Both sides are supposed to work together to find the truth, which is why Miles v. Phoenix trials tend to be well liked. Of course, because out of everything, Miles doesn't really care about winning. He just cares about the truth. Franziska, on the other hand, wants to win. She wants to be perfect. Well, I guess maybe not anymore. It seems now that she just cares about presenting perfect investigations. It seems like did Franziska get an official job change? Is she not an attorney anymore? Is she not a prosecutor anymore? Is she an investigator? Because that's a good job change for her. Because it like you can change that and be like, well, I want the perfect investigation, which means finding the truth, right? I just noticed these sub badges. Yep, we got a couple different ones. I don't have all of them set up like for all the checkpoints, but there's one for 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, and a year. Obviously, for the year I have that one, so do have the Mukuro. But all that aside, let's get back to it. I'm fine, Justine. Did you really think the best prosecutor would be shaken by someone miles behind him? Nigga, you were crying. I saw. You can't. Don't lie. Just calm down.
I wish he stopped messing around with other people's names.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student lying somewhere hidden in this school, the one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her. Oh, in that case, Kay Faraday is far, far ahead.
Kay, don't you get caught up in this too.
Yes, if my best investigation didn't find anything, then there must not have been a single weapon in the prison. In that case, there's only one possibility. The criminal must have taken the murder weapon with him when he left the prison. So it's only natural we didn't find it in there. Yeah.
Objection!
Shut your dumb ass up.
There was no way the culprit could have brought the weapon out of the prison. And this piece of
Dog, Miles is literally like, alright, you literally we just talked about it 5 fucking seconds ago. How did you fucking forget?
Have you completely forgotten your own testimony?
That's twice you've insulted me.
It seems you remember what I said earlier. But you do well to remember further than that.
What is that? Are you... This guy, he really doesn't remember anything. My favorite edit is Kyoko and Makoto's ear saying, poo poo pee pee, haha, got him. Oh. that does like I've seen a couple of the edits where she's whispering a couple different things into his ear, but never Never that one. This guy, he really doesn't remember anything.
It seems that way. The detention center and the prison are equipped with security gates. Anyone leaving must pass through these gates. Gates equipped with metal detectors.
That's what you... Looks like he remembers now.
Yes, there's no way someone could have brought the murder weapon through those gates. And so the criminal could not have taken it out of the prison either.
Idiot. Yeah, it's just a welt mark. It's not... He's not cutting himself. When is the command? When are we putting it in? What? The Mukuro Ikusaba fucking copy pasta? I'll get it in there eventually. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you know where this murder weapon went to?
Perhaps the weapon is still inside the prison.
But we couldn't find it anywhere in the prison.
The reason you didn't find it is because you believed it to be a sharp metal object.
We saw the very moment when Mr. Knightley was attacked, after all. If you can say that much, then perhaps you could enlighten us.
What would you say is the murder weapon in this case? From this piece of evidence, the murder weapon of this case becomes obvious.
Roman Reigns.
Take that!
Big dog.
Here is footage from a security camera. It shows one of the cells in the detention center. See it with your own eyes.
Dog. That dog is fast. Lying somewhere in this academy? Yeah. I get it. There's no need for that, okay? Just calm down. It can't be.
This tape clearly shows the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. I believe this is sufficient proof, wouldn't you say?
Indeed, this is vital evidence.
Horace Knightley was killed in the detention center by that dog. After that, the body was moved to the prison workroom. Our witness claims to have seen a dog in the workroom when the body was found. Of course, a dog couldn't have planned this crime on its own. However, there is someone who could have.
Courtney. That's enough, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Judge Courtney.
It's true this camera footage is vital evidence. However, there is something else you must prove. Actually, you've already noticed it, haven't you? Oh boy.
It's just as she says. There is a huge flaw in my reasoning.
If that black dog is a prisoner's pet, how was it able to move between the detention center and the prison? Ah! What will we do, Mr. Edgeworth?
I still don't know how the dog managed to move from one place to the other.
I knew it. What? You're one to talk. You don't know either. Nearly had a shitty couple of days, got gripped up in front of his boys by Shelly the Killer. Then got taken hostage by Shelly the Killer after he killed his fucking, I guess, I don't want to say boss, that doesn't really make sense, but his superior at work, then gets murdered in prison. Like, it don't get any worse than that. If you do not solve this mystery, I'm afraid I cannot accept your logic. If it was a real courtroom, I would call for a recess now. So no more testimony? Is that what I'm getting at?
Wait, I'm not finished yet.
Court has been adjourned. Leave at once.
This isn't a courtroom.
Well then, as I said, court is adjourned.
Objection!
I can't prove my argument, but isn't it the same case with Mr. Keyes?
Whatever do you mean?
Just as I don't know how the dog entered the detention center. You also don't know how Simon Keyes entered the detention center and prison.
Well, at least I'm safe in prison. Yeah. Oh, well, at least people now won't figure out that I tried to kill, like, the president, and I wasn't involved in that fake assassination plot, and nobody will want to kill me in prison. Yo, what's that dog doing in here? I no longer like Justine. I better get a fucking trial. Look. Look, we're not gonna get if the first game is anything to go off of, we're not going into the courtroom once.
Although he came to visit the victim, he was an outsider to the prison. Don't you think it would be difficult for him to commit a crime inside the prison? Judge Courtney, now the burden of proof lies with you. Show us the evidence that Simon Keyes entered the prison.
Huh. You want me to present evidence? I'm happy to oblige.
What? Does she really have evidence?
Well, I mean, here's that fucking missing security guard outfit.
It's about time I told you. Now that I know the basis of your reasoning, Prosecutor Edgeworth. What is she thinking? It seems you don't even know Simon Keyes' real occupation. He's a circuit...
What? He's a fucking clown?
A circus performer. Have you ever heard of the Barry Biggs...
Oh no. Don't show me Mo Curls.
Circus...
Wait, no. I mentioned it like offhand, like as a joke. But was Regina here? Was Regina / Mo / Max here? It would just be Regina though, right? Because she's the animal. She's only the animal tamer.
It seems you've realized. On the day of the incident, an animal show was being performed at the prison, and the show was put on by the Barry Biggs Circus.
So then, you mean Simon is...
Simon Keyes entered the prison as a staff member of the animal show. That we know for a fact.
It's sounding a little bit like it's Simon's fault.
This woman, she's been concealing this fact the whole time. She only planned to reveal it after hearing my reasoning. Come to think of it.
Okay. So Justine is like fucking five head, and Sebastian is a moron. Okay, that makes more sense. Because we were about to fucking break him open.
Mr. DeBest was going to say it then, but she stopped him.
How do you like that, worthless prosecutor?
You didn't do anything. Well then, now it really is time for a recess. I'll end with some advice. I had already doubted your abilities as a prosecutor, which is why I relieved you of your authority. You'd best not forget that. What are you trying to say? The PIC can still take away your badge. If you value your badge, I'd advise you to not show your face before me again. Is that a threat? The goddess of law is merciful, but that doesn't mean you can get away with everything.
What does it look like I'm trying to get away with? I've done nothing. I literally just told you we gone pro bono and we're helping with this case as a defense attorney.
And just one more thing. I must digress. I suggest you stop with this defense attorney act. That's none of your concern. I don't intend to abandon a case I am involved in so easily. For defense attorneys, a relationship of mutual trust with their client is vital. It is very different from the way of the prosecutor. In any case, you didn't even know about your client's occupation.
Well, I mean, I figured the fucking guy that's heading the case would know, and he would have said something. But also, don't talk shit like I haven't been an on-stand defense attorney before. You must not know about me. Ask the Canadian judge about me.
Well then, I must be going. May the blessings of Atua be upon you.
To be fair, Phoenix doesn't know half the time. I'll fry this woman. I'm probably now that Phoenix is out being fucking disbarred and shit, I'm the best fucking defense attorney this side of the Mississippi.
Did Simon lie to us?
It seems he lied to Uncle Ray, too. This complicates matters. Why'd he do that? Hey, Miles. Don't tell me you got cold feet already. Courtney Pie is quite a handful, but giving up is still uncool. A defense attorney's creed is to never give up. Remember, you're my assistant.
Of course, I don't plan on giving up either. It's just... my theory that he couldn't enter the prison no longer holds.
Phoenix doesn't know half the time. Yeah, Phoenix's clients, and for Apollo for that matter too. It's usually like, it comes up like once in a while, but it's usually just like, yeah, did you do it? No? Fine, I believe you. Did I forget to mention your client is a whale? Yeah, sick. Hi, I'm glad I knew that off rip.
It looks like we'll have to investigate once more.
Ooh-wee. Save cleared stage data up to this point? Yes. One thing that's a little bit off-putting about the DS version is I don't get to see what part we're on when I save. So I honestly have no idea of how much longer the case is going to go on for. I assume it's going to be a two-part end, but we've had a beginning and a middle at this point, so we could potentially have a singular part end. March 28th, 302 Detention Center, Visitors Room.
Why did you not mention that before?
No, but I did. What did I mention? That you're a member of the Very Big Circus. No, it's just that, I'm not. I can't call myself a member yet. I'm just a new recruit.
Regardless, that still makes you a member.
Don't get up and be a clown. So why didn't you tell us that before? Okay, thank God. If I had told you I was part of the circus, it would have made me look suspicious, right? Since I also knew Knightley and all that. I didn't think anyone would believe what I had to say. Not even you guys, Kay.
Didn't we promise to believe in you?
But Mr. Edgeworth, you're just kinda scary. Man, you're just terrible at getting info from people. Aren't you, Miles?
It's none of your concern. Looks like we need to have a talk with him again.
Here we go. Thank God. Love it when the client doesn't give you information that would have been good to know beforehand. Yeah, no, just make the case harder on you. It's not like I'm trying to help you, you bastard. What did you do in the circus, Simon? I guess you could say I'm a wild animal tamer. Okay, so not a clown. That's better. Oh, but that's not good because you would have had all the reason to go to the show. I'm still just an apprentice, though. Wow, that's incredible. So you command lions and tigers to your bidding, right? Nuh-uh, nothing crazy like that. No way, no way, no way! My partner is this little guy right here. You have a chimpanzee in the detention center. For what purpose?
And that makes you a wild animal tamer.
He's more like an organ grinder than a wild animal tamer. Huh. Oh, it is money. Fuck. I was gonna say, is it gonna be Money the Monkey? But it is money. Jesus Christ. Badass little ape. But, okay, so this is not good for us because now the spin can go, fucking the spin can go, oh, because he's a wild animal tamer, or because he's an animal tamer, he can command the dog to go in and kill Knightley and drag him to the workroom. But I guess the real question is, does Dogen have full control over his dog? Money about to rob our badge again. That's why, no, Miles don't keep his badge out. He keep that shit in his pocket. Hey, Money, cut that out. He can be quite a handful sometimes. Puppeteering. I guess that would explain his name too, right? That Shy Monkeys bit.
I thought organ grinders controlled their monkeys, not the other way around.
Alright, tell us about the Very Big Circus.
Yesterday you told us you were just a regular employee, correct?
Even if I'm a member of the circus, I'm still legally an employee. We're just like any regular company. The ringleader is the boss, and I'm just the grunt. I even have a supervisor. She's the head of the Wild Animal Tamer Division. No matter what kind of fierce creature, they all immediately follow her every command. She might even be able to get a handle on Miles here.
I'm not a wild animal. Did you and your supervisor take part in the animal show here at the prison?
Yeah, it was just us two. It was only a small operation this time around. Basically, my supervisor takes center stage, and I take care of all the dirty work. What's up, Seabay? Well, I did have a tiny part in the performance.
So there are only 2 members of the circus that are related to this case.
Turnabout Big Top Part 2. As long as I don't see that fucking crippled Native American, we'll be fine.
So, can you tell me about your movements around the prison?
Okay, I went to meet Knightley 2 days ago around noon.
And that's when you gave him the chessboard.
That's right. And that night I started setting up the stage in the courtyard. It was pretty tough going back and forth, moving all those crates by myself. I left everything in Workroom A, I think. Just temporary storage.
Workroom A. That's where the body was discovered.
Didn't your supervisor help you at all? No way! I can't let her do anything like that. That's my job. After I got everything ready, we started rehearsing. When we left, it was almost midnight. The show was set to start at 8 a.m. the next day and go on until 10 a.m.
The only one who went in and out of where the body was found is Mr. Keys. And just before the body was found... And then the body was found just before the show ended.
Yeah, or people thirsting after the 16-year-old Regina Berry. That would probably be awful as well.
Do you happen to know why you were arrested?
It's weird how it happened so fast. I don't think DePest guy would just have you arrested on a whim.
I wouldn't put it past him, though.
Well, maybe it's because of that. When I was moving the crates, I decided to go check up on him. You know, Knightley.
You went directly to the detention block. Did you have permission?
No, I had to sneak in. It wasn't a formal visit or anything.
Didn't you already see him 2 days ago? Why would you go and do such a thing?
Well, we're the only friends either of us has had since childhood. He was the same as me. We never had real families. I just wanted to talk with him for a bit, so I went to see him.
Huh. You didn't have a family.
When I was younger, I lost the only family I had, my father.
So was that it? I know all too well how it feels to lose your father at a young age.
So you're the same as Mr. Edgeworth and me.
So it was just the 2 of you talking at that time?
Yes, all the other cells were empty and there weren't any guards nearby. But then you got found out, and that's why they suspected you. What? Did I do something really bad?
Something must have happened while Mr. Keys and Miss Knightley were alone. It's probably the best logic. It seems we'll need to talk with your supervisor as well.
She should be here today too, probably in the courtyard. Oh, I'm sorry it turned out like this, boss. Simon, if there's anything we can do to help, just tell us. Kind of look like the guy with the brown shirt, but without the mustache. Is this shirt brown? Don't you worry about that. We're your allies. That's because we're like birds of a feather. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Birds of a feather, huh? I suppose that's true. We have sufficient information about your past. I doubt you had a motive to kill Knightley. Rather, you are probably the most affected by his death. And I doubt someone as timid as you could work up the courage to murder someone. Alright, I'll get you out of here. We'll believe in you.
Oh, his tie is blue. That's what I was... yep. It's kind of like a burgundy. Like a reddish brown. But yeah, brown is fair. Brown is fair. I just kind of forgot. You know, in the span of the last 30 seconds that I saw him. Smart guy I am. Well, what do we have here? Starting to get a hang of the whole defense attorney gig? You sounded a bit like your old man just now.
Me sound like my father.
You would say, a defense attorney's job is to be an ally to the deserted. If you're going to ride that stallion into the sunrise, wait for me. I want in too.
Mr. Shields, I think you mean sunset.
Yeah, of course. It was just a joke. Want some candy? Ray. No, thank you. I don't like sweets. Oh, really? What a shame. What's wrong with the sunrise? The legendary Yatagarasu is all about the sun, since the sunlight always exposes the truth.
Good grief. For now, let's just head to the prison courtyard and see what we can find there.
When you walk in,
Truth Pog.
Alonso with the 3 months. Thank you very much for sticking with the family, brother. And another Hajime friend has entered the chat. Welcome, welcome. Ah, the shutter is open.
Yes, it looks like that way leads to the courtyard.
So what are we waiting for? Come on, let's get a move on.
She's certainly in high spirits.
March 28th, 3:37 p.m. Prison Courtyard.
So this is the courtyard. Just before the body was discovered, the animal show was held here.
It looks just like a carnival. Man, I bet it was lots of fun. I can see that key that they have drawn there too.
The prisoners were gathered here until the body was found. So that means whoever saw the show has an alibi.
Floor plans updated.
We should start by checking the area for...
Eek!
Okay.
Cut it out, you! Help me, Mr. Edgeworth!
You there. Stop that. Stop right this instant.
Ow, ow, ow! Just move, Kay! The fuck? Someone, anyone, help! Down. Adescu? Down. Adescu. Okay. Who are... Hey, Regina. Looks like you found a new playmate. Good for you, Adescu. It wasn't playing around, it was about to eat me. No way, that's impossible. This child doesn't bite often.
Often, huh?
Now, we want to talk about foreheads. Y'all want to talk about hair forehead. Look at how far her eyebrows are. Away from her eyes. No, it's not. Look at that forehead. Jesus Christ. That bitch has curvature to it. It's wonderful, right? It was simply marvelous, little lady.
Mr. Shields.
Really? Oh, that makes me so happy. Ray, no. So, how about a hug? Yes, thanks. Hey, watch where you swing that thing. Weren't you taught not to hit people with your trunk? It looks like Adescu is friends with everyone.
I am an assistant of this defense attorney. My name is Miles Edgeworth.
Ah, I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Regina Berry. Nice to meet you. I'm the great thief and defense attorney's assistant, Kay Faraday.
That's a rather complicated job title.
Now, it shouldn't be too much long, or it shouldn't be too much of a time gap between this game and JFA, and we do not have her profile. However, Shilong is here. Frank. His bracelet is broken. Alright. It seems that that Miles keeps actual pertinent information and not detailed descriptions of people.
That's a rather complicated job title.
And the one playing with Mr. Elephant is a defense attorney, Mr. Ray Shields. It's not Mr. Elephant, it's Adescu, the fantastic Asian elephant. You're incredible, Regina. You made Adescu stop right away. Well, I'm a wild animal tamer after all. Really?
then you must be Simon's supervisor. Yep, I'm the head of the Berry Big Circus Wild Animal Tamer Division. The one and only Regina Berry.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Ace Attorney Ray Shields.
It looks like he's the one she has a handle on.
Why is she like still here? We haven't even seen. No, we actually saw him like a little bit ago when we came out of the holding cell post our investigation. He was coming out of the prison, so it looks like he's doing something. He's involved with this case somehow, which makes me wonder if there's going to be continuation of plotline threads from the first investigations, because that would be interesting, right? Because this game does take, like, this game kicks off with the potential assassination plot of the Zhangfanese, the president of Zhangfa. Yep, she's perfect.
What are you mumbling about, Kay?
Look at her. She's energetic, fun-loving, and healthy. She could be the new member of the Yatagarasu. She'd be perfect as a great thief. Great thief? That sounds like fun. We can make a huge ruckus with the animals. Ah, you can't make a ruckus. A great thief is supposed to be quiet and sneaky-like. But the show needs to have flash. Being quiet is kind of boring. I guess she's not very thief-like after all.
It seems there has been a breakdown in negotiations.
Lang is probably looking into everything involving assassination because Interpol. That's what I was thinking, right? But we proved that it was, well, at least we proved before a trial that it was a fake assassination plot. But that case never went to trial. So when the person that we placed under suspicion of arrest got murdered, he was probably like, yeah, I should probably look into this a little bit. Alright, let's get started, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's check out anything that looks suspicious. We'll even look through the barbed wire if we have to.
Yes, we need to gather more information about the case. We should also try talking with anyone connected to the case.
Alright, well, first things first, did we get her profile after that dialogue? We did. Age 17, go to jail, Ray. Alright, first things first, let's actually get some dialogue. Can I fucking... I'm not talking to Kay, am I? There we go. Regina Berry.
Head of the Wild Animal Tamer Division. Are you Mr. Key's supervisor?
That's right. Berry Big Circus was created by my daddy. But daddy died in a murder incident. Your dad is... But, after that, our current ringmaster made the circus even bigger. The ringmaster is daddy's close friend. He's like a funny uncle. Wow, a funny uncle? That's great, Regina. Yep, Uncle Mo established, well, there he's named, the Wild Animal Tamer, Magic, and Ventriloquist divisions. Only the Wild Animal Tamer and Ventriloquist divisions have subordinates, though. Berry Big Circus is going to become even more fabulous. Yes, yes, that sounds amazing.
The way these two are carrying on, I'd hate to put a damper on things.
The animal show.
Could you tell us about the animal show?
It's an amazing show. It has a storyline and everything. What's more, it's a love story. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Very nice. Are you the heroine, Regina Pie? Nope, the heroine of this show is Adescu, and her partner is Regent the Tiger. Oh, Regent's still here. Jesus Christ. It's about the forbidden love between an elephant and a tiger. Elephant and tiger? Forbidden love? That's right, it's what they call a love triangle. Isn't it romantic? It sounds amazing, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
A heroine, Adescu is a female elephant.
Since it's a love triangle, shouldn't there be one more animal involved? Yep, third animal. He's the one who interferes with the love between Adescu and Regent. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you think it is?
Well, since it's a circus, perhaps it's a lion.
I think it's a crow would be nice too. The third animal is a naughty little monkey. Okay.
The scale suddenly got small.
Ah, Money the Monkey. Nope, the one who plays the role of the monkey is Simon. No. Money is a little too small. He's like the villain who tries to break up the love between Adescu and Regent. How Adescu and Regent control their own destiny. Isn't it wonderful? guess.
I thought Mr. Keys just did all the grunt work.
Wouldn't you feel sorry for Simon if he didn't get to perform on stage? Alright, prep.
Could you tell me about the preparations for the show?
Simon handled everything, so I don't know that much about it. Simon insisted on it. He wanted me to focus on the show. I saw Simon doing something near the well, though.
The well. If I recall, it was behind the stage. Better go take a look at it later.
He even moved this giant cage all by himself. Simon is such a nice guy. That sounds like something Simon would do.
Or crying profusely.
During the preparations, Simon went back and forth between the workroom and the courtyard. We were using the workroom to store our equipment. Only Simon entered that room, so I don't know anything about it.
The workroom. Was it the one where we found the dead body? So Simon was the only one who entered workroom A.
Man, the bad news just keeps on coming. Mr. Lawyer, please promise me you'll help Simon. Don't worry, despite his looks, Mr. Edgeworth is really amazing.
Despite my looks? And just what is wrong with the way I look?
My fit nice, Kay. How about you calm down? You're wearing fucking, like, dark purple, pink, and black. How about you back up? Alright. Frank. Fuck are you doing here? Ha, Mr. Attorney. How are we doing today? We're doing... Hey, we just met a few moments ago. Please do forgive me. Ever since I've come here, I've been working on refining my speech.
That's not the only thing that needs refining.
Right now, I'm helping out with the cleanup after the show. But if there's anything you need, please let me know. You have my full cooperation. So, how are you helping out with the show? I'm in the middle of volunteer work right now. As you can see, I am a model prisoner. I have been reborn inside this prison. I really forgot to get my lodges back out since I swapped out A94. You hate to see it.
Reborn as a thief.
That was... The devil made me do it. How can you blame the devil? You're a disgrace to thieves. I have nothing to say. I still have much to learn.
As a thief.
But as you can see, I've exchanged my bracelet for a working one. I will continue to devote myself to being a model prisoner.
Again with a model prisoner. Give it a rest already.
Alright, pet grooming. I'm training to pay my debt to society once I become eligible for parole. So, yeah, no. Frank definitely not on death row. So you were training instead of watching the animal show.
So there were only two people who did not watch the show. Sod and Dogan.
Why does he have a singular glove? Because the other glove was found at the murder scene.
Why didn't you say anything about Dogan earlier?
Well, if you ask any inmate at this prison, they'd all think twice before telling you. That person is like the ruler of this place. Around here, we call him the supplier.
The supplier.
If you ask him nicely, he can provide you with anything you want. What? Is that allowed? Normally, it's not allowed, but with him, it's another story. He supposedly has a secret route to procure these goods.
As a supplier, Dogan would be in a position of power.
However, I've put all that behind me. All I care about now is applying mud packs to the animals. The fuck is a mud pack?
Mud pack?
I coat the animal's fur with my mineral Mitch mud packs to give it a beautiful shine. To help with my training, I give them to all the animals in prison, each and every one of them.
Mud, huh? Could be related to that piece of evidence.
The fucking, the dirty ass, what was that? The fucking sheet, the cape, the curtain, the whatever the fuck was over the body?
I should present it to him.
Or the mud on the glove. Because it gives this proper meaning, covered in mud and blood. What does it say? Doesn't say anything about mud, so fuck it. That's the rubber glove I dropped.
Where did the mud on this glove come from?
That's the mud from my mud packs. At the time I was practicing applying mud packs.
Could you tell me when this took place on the day of the incident?
Since the animal show had started, I'd say it was around 9 a.m. The mud packs turned the animals' bodies pitch black, and my heart was pure white. Okay, so the mud packs. Oh, so it wasn't Anubis, right? So if any animal could be seen as black, it would need to be somebody that was it would need to be like somebody that can control any animal, right? It still can be no, it can't be Keys anymore. No, it wasn't Rocky the polar bear. I don't think it was Rocky. Rocky's a little bit meek. It wasn't him. Rocky the polar bear is innocent. But it has to be somebody that knows. Could it be the fucking warden? It could be the warden. Because if she knew that Frank was doing these applying mud packs, she could have walked, because obviously if she's rounding up the prisoners, she would have known that Frank wasn't going to see the show. She would have known that he was busy applying mud packs. Any animal that he was applying mud packs on, she would have had direct control of. And she could have had that thing around her neck. She could have had that attack Knightley in his cell, right? So it very well could be the warden. We'll keep that in mind for now. I don't know, but motive. What would the motive be? Because there's literally nothing tying them two together. Don't have anything. I was totally engrossed with covering the animals in mud.
Prison life must be taxing on his stress levels.
Rubber glove data updated in the organizer. Thanks to the warden's policy, I can undergo job training here. Yeah, like, it seems like the warden could be a possible suspect, but I don't have, like, motive right now is the biggest thing, and we don't have it for anybody. I owe her a debt of gratitude. Alright. We talk to you about anything else? Nope. Alright. Let's go ahead and look at this well, because we got the sheets and rope here too, right? A pulley. Does this go directly down? Look, we have the floor plan, right? Fuck. This really sucks. Because obviously the courtyard is on the second floor. We had to go upstairs to get into it. Wait, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, see, we go upstairs and into the courtyard. I'm fucking confused by the layout of this place.
This crude-looking well seems handcrafted. Was I, and yeah, I cut it off because I went into the organizer.
There are a bunch of tools lying around the well. A long piece of rope and heavy-looking weights. It's only 33 pounds. It's not that heavy. It weighs 33 pounds. It says so right there. There's even a couple of pulleys.
Okay, please stop touching other people's things.
Stingy pants, I'm just checking stuff out. It's not like I'm going to take them home with me.
Still, these tools, what were they used for?
Can I not examine him? Can I not fucking look at him? Okay, I guess not. Can I talk to the elephant? Or I guess I can examine the elephant. Danger, high voltage. These signs really do exist. On the other side, you can see what appears to be the detention center's garden.
It's just as Warden Roldan said, you can see the garden from her office.
If it weren't for this barbed wire, we could take a look at the garden on the other side. The only reason why I'm, like, even starting to lean more on the warden is because of the layout of the prison and the detention center in relation to the office, the courtyard, everything, right? Because obviously she can move from her office to the detention center into the holding cell rather easily, and then her office connects to the garden in which you can see the courtyard, and there's a fence with a gate that you could go through in order to get into the courtyard and back into the prison. So she has the shortest trip. She doesn't have to go through that passageway on the first floor. If it weren't for this barbed wire, we could take a look at the garden on the other side. Chat refresh so IDK if my comments above went through. The last message we got from you, Mario, was, I'll tell you the exact time, 4:37, so approximately an hour ago. So if you sent a message in the last hour, got bodied.
That is Warden Roldan's prize garden. I doubt she'd let us in so easily.
Oh my. Well, here she comes.
There you are, Regina darling.
Ah, Miss Roland.
I was looking all over for you. I wanted to have a little chat with you.
Alright. What do you got, big boss lady?
Could you tell me a little bit about this prison?
Currently, this place is my pride and joy, which I like to call our home. Which, when I first came here, this prison was in a terrible state.
Terrible state? You mean the prisoners' attitudes?
There are no bad children in my family. It was the environment that was terrible. That's why, after giving it a lot of thought, I enlisted the help of animals. Being together with animals will soften up even the most hardened criminals. Right now, everyone has returned to their most honest self. For one, I said the animal around Roland's neck is a fox. Yeah, I see it. He's a model prisoner.
A model prisoner who was trying to steal from a dead body.
And then I said that the line got cut was it was dug by the inmates in regard to the well. Okay. Thank you very much, Mario.
There are lots of model prisoners here, but Frankie is number one. He's proactive with his job training and helps out with the chores.
Don't the other model prisoners do job training and chores?
Yeah? Don't be silly. They all do, of course. It's just that Frankie here, he has his sights set on something different. Something feels strange.
Yeah, nah, this is where the Magatama would pop. This is where the bracelet would pop.
In any case, he's a very good boy. Please get along with one another.
Well, very big circus.
The enchanting music, the prancing animals, the very big circus is fabulous. If you come here, you can see a show once a month.
Really? Then maybe I should...
Or was she just thinking about committing a crime? Once a month, you said. Is it always the very big circus? Of course, I'm Regina Darling's biggest fan. My darling Regina, she's just so fabulous.
Dog. Oddly, it did show the line, but when you open the menu, then it got cut. Interesting. I want to see if there's going to be any more instances of that.
She's such a cutie pie, I could just eat her up.
Now after you kissing a fox on the face. She really likes her darling Regina.
That's why I'm worried about poor little Simon. If he is found guilty, Regina Darling will be heartbroken. Mr. Lawyer, please take care of little Simon. If there's anything I can help with, please don't hesitate to ask.
Is the fox dead? No, that fox is alive. It's your personal pet, it seems, so it's probably clean. I don't care. You kiss your dog on the mouth, you don't get to eat around me.
But really, I would have loved to show everyone yesterday. You all did a wonderful job on the stage, Regina Darling. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm glad all the prisoners came to see it. Well, about that. Just between you and me, not everyone came to see the show. That would be dodging and sword, I imagine. There were 3 people who didn't see your show yesterday. Unbelievable, really. Excuse me, but did you say there were 3 prisoners who did not see the show? That's right. I took account for there were 3 empty seats.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's fair, but I'm not, like, I've had a dog lick my face, right? But it's not like I'm willingly going to kiss my dog. Not like that. That was a full-on, that wasn't like a peck, that wasn't like a little mwah. That was like a full-on, like, full second kiss, right?
And we even had the correct number of seats set out.
Doesn't that seem weird to you, Mr. Edgeworth?
It does. We thought that Dojan and Salt were the only 2 prisoners who were not present in the courtyard during the show. But that doesn't add up. Where did the 3rd person go? Further investigation is needed. I was having so much fun talking to you, Regina Darling, that I completely forgot. It's time to feed my baby. My baby. Ah!
Oh. Dog, if she just takes that fox and tosses it to the alligator, I'm gonna lose it. It's an alligator.
Oh, Allie, you look as cute as ever.
Oh, how cute. So her name is Allie.
Yep, she's Allie the alligator. She's my favorite out of all my family.
How lovely. I want to try petting it.
If Regina Darling wants to pet it, go right ahead. I'll allow it.
Nope, mouth open. Do not pet. Okay. They seem pretty excited. We need to go check the prison cells, don't we?
That's right. Let's look for the 3rd prisoner who didn't see the animals.
Chris, why would she? I mean, it would fucking cement my suspicions of this person is actually evil. Although, if your favorite animal is a crocodile, can't have too much fault in that. Steve Irwin, ripped to the mans, was the crocodile hunter, and you know, he was a pretty cool dude. But if she would have fed a live fox to an alligator, then we would have had problems. March 28th, 4:02 p.m., prison hallway. Mr. Edgeworth, I finally found you, sir. It is Gumshoe. Okay, neat.
Detective Gumshoe, I take it the investigation is running smoothly.
The judge and that prosecutor haven't shown up. Oh yeah, I also got your message, sir.
What was the result of the examination of the victim's cell?
We hit the jackpot, sir. Traces of blood were found in the cell floor. There wasn't a whole lot there, though. This should prove that the murder occurred in the holding cell.
Indeed, the probability has increased. However, we still cannot say for certain.
Bro, if you casually throw an animal you was seen with all day to an alligator evil doesn't begin to cover it, yeah, no, right? That's just vile. Why would she go to her own jail? Well, it wouldn't be her jail anymore. Like I tried to make it the title of the fucking stream, but I wasn't able to do it. What? I'm not able to I'm not trying to make this purchase to my own channel. I don't need to sub to my own channel. How the fuck did that open? I
thought you'd say that, sir, so I asked the lab guys to look into it a little further. They're running an analysis on the blood so we'll know soon if it's the victims or not.
But yeah, no, I tried to make the title fucking Death Row Fast Pass is committing crimes in jail, but they wouldn't let me put death in the title because, you know, death is evil and bad, and you shouldn't type that word ever. But pull your titties out on stream if you want to. Nobody cares. But yeah, no, if the warden is responsible, who becomes the warden? Do they have to find a new warden? Would it become one of the guards? We haven't seen a co-warden. We haven't seen anybody else who has authority.
Way to go, Gummy. Good thinking. Detective, you've outdone yourself. What caused this sudden foresight? I'm actually a little hurt that you were so surprised by it, sir. I hope nothing bad comes of this. Once we get the results, we can prove that the scene was the holding cell. Which leaves finding out how that doggy managed to sneak his way in here. Just leave that to me, pal. Since that other prosecutor isn't here, we can investigate as much as we want. That's why I brought my secret weapons with me. Secret weapons? That's right, pal. They've gotten us out of a few jams before. Take a gander at Dick Gumshoe's 7 secret weapons. Looks like he'll come in handy. Want to take up his offer, Miles? Detective, please allow us the use of your secret weapons. Sure thing, sir. First, I'll give you a rundown. Secret weapon number 1.
Oh! Hey! How about that? Had to refresh, thought Twitch heard us talking shit. Ah, unfortunate. I think I might have dropped a couple frames there. That might have been what it was. Fucking Gumshoe Hero Relics. Pog.
The trusty metal detector. Perfect for finding all kinds of metallic objects. As its name implies. Second, secret weapon number 2. Everyone's favorite pal, missile.
Missile! Pog!
You can track any scent you want, especially the scent of food. He's much cuter than Mr. Dogan's dog. And then, secret weapon number 3.
Did he bring the fishing rod? You moron! Okay, Gumshoe. Isn't that a fishing pole? What are you trying to catch?
No, actually, I just brought it by accident. Never mind that. What's next, Detective? That's all of them.
Well, you said 7. What? You call them the 7 secret weapons, but there's only 3 of them.
That's all I have for now, pal. We can use the rest next time. I just can't reveal them all at once. Why do you think they're called secret weapons, pal?
You know, can't knock him for that. Good stuff, Gumshoe. Good stuff. Actual smart. You should have said I brought 3 of my 7 special weapons, but, you know, can we use missile as bait? We can use missile as a murder weapon.
It doesn't matter. We'll just use the 3 that he's provided.
Alright, which one do you want to use? Let's go with missile. Murder weapon.
You want missile, sir? Hey, pal, over here, missile.
Missile! Ah, there he is.
First, let's decide what scent he should track down. We're searching for the route Dogan's dog used to get his attention set. This route would have also been the same path used to carry the body to the prison.
Gumshoe really hid the rest of his weapons behind a paywall, and the cost is annual bonus $5. Yeah, no. Gumshoe having secret weapons and then wanting to keep all of them hidden is probably why he gets fucking pay docked every single time. Why you hiding shit from us, detective?
So, we have him track the scent of the body.
That should lead us to the path.
Don't you smell something sweet? Really, all I can smell is the scent of blood. It's a very faint scent, like cake or something. The scent of cake from the body. Alright, Missile, get a good whiff of that scent, pal. Go, Missile, go!
Come on, let's follow after.
That way is...
He's heading towards that special cell. And he's gone straight inside.
Yes, let's follow him.
Oh, where is the prisoner? March 28th, 4:24 p.m. Prison special cell.
This is Dojan's cell, but it looks like he's absent at the moment. Maybe he's being interrogated.
What's in here? Shh, I think he's found something. Go, Missile, go.
What could there be in this room?
Mr. Edgeworth, we better take a look. Oh, okay. Chessboard.
It's Dojan's chessboard. It still has that hound piece on it.
Ah, the chessboard has legs. Aren't these things expensive?
They can be. This is very good craftsmanship.
Mr. Dojan playing chess is kind of unexpected, you know. I figured he'd be more of a Go player or something like that.
Go? Do you play Go, Kay?
I'm really good at Go Bang.
But that's not Go. A teacup and biscuits. I suppose he says tea time in here too.
Playing chess while drinking tea in his cell? Isn't this going a bit overboard with the special treatment? It's like he gets whatever he wants.
Don't complain to me. You should tell him yourself.
I think I'll pass on that. One of the chisels and a bell. Look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. There's a small chisel here.
I'm not well versed in woodworking, but this seems to be a pocket-sized chisel.
A pocket-sized chisel? It must be convenient to have one wherever you go.
Is that from a thief's point of view?
No, it's from a great thief's point of view.
She didn't even skip a beat.
What about the bell? Chisel. Yeah. I wanted to ask more about the bell. But fuck me, I guess. Big chisels and a hammer up here.
It's the chisels Dojan use. More than enough for him to murder someone with.
Oh, shoot someone streaming this game? Most definitely. We're I would say close to the end of episode 2, but I have no fucking idea. Speaking of chisels, it kind of looks like someone used a chisel on your forehead, Mr. Edgeworth. Yo! How about you calm the fuck down?
And what is that supposed to mean?
See, that furrow between your brows getting deeper. It looks just like a carving.
I would leave the subject alone if I were you.
Huh?
Missile, maybe. This is what you're barking at.
Missile, no.
Whoa, hey! Knock it off, pal. Chocolate cake is bad for dogs.
I don't remember the case of well, the little things that is. Yeah, fair enough.
That's how it's gonna be. I'll eat it all myself. Wow, that was pretty good.
Yeah, good for you. But it looks like someone else has a problem with that. That wasn't fair, Gummy. I wanted to eat it too.
I doubt it's wise to eat food you find lying around a prison.
Anyway, I guess Missile was barking at the cake, sir.
That was pointless.
Well, no, there was cake in here. Is that police dog gonna get the job done? Yo, don't doubt Missile. He helped. Missile helped.
He's fine, pal. He was following his stomach instead of his nose. Let's track down the scent of the body for real this time, Missile.
Imagine doing crimes in prison.
There he goes. Looks like he found something else, sir.
Is it more cake? My bank will allow me to spend 4 digits on gotchas, but the minute I try to purchase a $4.99 gift sub, whoa, too far, man. What's going on, buddy? I mean, it might just be because the actual source of where you're trying to send it.
Now it's this cell. This would be Mr. Albert's cell. I'd like to examine the interior. Detective, call the guard. Roger that, sir. Good work, Detective. By the way, Is J. Elbert still being held in the disciplinary room?
No, he should have already returned. He was present during noon roll call. He may have been assigned to work someplace else.
I see. Well then, may we examine the cell?
Yes, sir. Dog, he has his fucking championship poster up. Ah, there's a poster of Mr. Albert on the wall. And what's this next to it? Is this his weight loss target?
Huh. He was a former boxer. He probably continued his weight management. It seems he also takes various protein supplements.
Muscle protein, hustle protein, weight loss protein. Nothing but protein.
Which weight class was he aiming for?
Did they put Polly in jail? He was an accomplice. They had to put him in jail. Why do you have the warden drawn onto this fucking heavy bag? You want a box too, missile? Heh, look at him go.
It can't be. Detective, move the sandbag at once.
Yes, sir. Oh. Oh. Let's go! Hey, missile, come back here. I'm going to.
Hold it.
I'll stop them, sir. Hey, it's too tight for me, sir.
Detective. It can't be helped. I'll have to wait for her to contact me. Hello, Kay. Are you alright?
Don't get so worked up. Right now I'm in the detention center. Oh. That's not great.
The detention center.
That hole comes out at nightly cell.
Really? Stay where you are. I'm coming over there now.
What the fuck? Alright.
Kay.
Mr. Edgeworth. I really helped out, didn't I?
Indeed, she doesn't appear to be injured.
The floorboards have been ripped out from under the bed, sir. Damn.
I see. It seems we found what we were looking for. The passageway between the detention center and the prison is blocked by solid doors. However, there was a secret underground tunnel beneath it.
Oh, so there's Arknights going on, but you playing anime lawyer? Where does it say there was Arknights was happening yesterday? I'm pretty sure the channel info has been updated as well. Gotta say you're good at voices though. Appreciate it.
We were following a sweet scent and arrived here. That means the scent must have come from Knightley's body.
Crime scene notes updated. But yeah, no, we did Arknights yesterday because the Aya banner dropped and I got fucked. Ended up getting a Schwartz, dupe, McGowan, and Helliger. And I wanted to roll some more, but I had ran out. I think I'm actually fucking close to another multi. Yeah, I have 30 OP, so I can do another roll. I did a couple more multis after the stream last night. I went ahead and used those gold certs I had to get the first multi ticket from the gold cert shop. So I was like, yeah, I might as well. So I popped another multi and got a blue bag multi, and I was pretty much done.
Come to think of it, his body was covered in dirt. It may have been caused by passing through the tunnel. Kay, what was the inside of the tunnel like?
It was pitch black, so I really couldn't see much, but I took some photos.
Please show us.
Is that a pupper? Yeah, that's Missile, the police dog.
This is...
Spoons and forks. Were these used to dig the tunnel? But more importantly, what are these footprints?
These footprints, could they belong to a dog?
No. There's no way it's actually Rocky. I don't believe that. Can you pet Missile? Probably not.
This will surely be vital evidence.
We'll check if I get control right here.
However, before we consider that, we have a big problem.
A problem?
J. Albert could use his tunnel to move around freely. Detective, confirm his whereabouts post-haste. Perhaps he's... You may be right, sir. This is a big deal. After speaking with the guards, the search for J. Albert was carried out immediately. They searched every nook and cranny of the detention center and the prison.
Yeah, jailbird. Exactly.
But in the end, they found no sign of him.
I mean, if he got out, good on him.
Did you contact the police?
Yes, ma'am, we've already done that. We set up a security perimeter around the prison, ma'am.
Right. This is the first scandal in our prison's history.
We're so sorry.
Oh, she's completely different from before. Mr. Edgeworth, was it? Thank you for finding the escapee's tunnel. But it's a little too late. Mr. Albert has long since left here. I don't believe he has gone beyond the detention center. There are security gates located at the exit of the detention center. I believe it would have been difficult to get through those, wouldn't you agree? Maybe he has another tunnel. We certainly can't deny the possibility, however. Anyway, there's no use in you being here now. Please return to your investigation. Yes, we'll do that. You guys get back to your post too.
If you ignore the murder that literally just happened, yeah, it's the first prison scandal. Yeah, quite literally. Detective Gumshoe, sir. We got the results of that blood test you requested. Good work, pal. Oh, is it going to end up being Jay's blood?
These are the forensic results of the blood stain found in Knightley's cell.
I like when my internet fucks up out of nowhere. You hate to see it happen. Pepe hands. What's it say, Mr. Edgeworth?
The blood is confirmed to have been Knightley's.
Okay, well, actually just Knightley's blood. Hey, now, that's good news. What do you think of Raymond so far? I fuck with Ray. Ray's nice. Nice guy. I fuck with him. I have some potential things I want to see him do, but he's kind of cool. I like how he's not like super aloof, but he's a little bit more carefree. Nice guy. We found the bloodstain in Knightley's cell and discovered the tunnel the dog used. Furthermore, the security camera shows footage of a dog attacking Knightley in his cell. He's related to Phoenix, isn't he? Shot in the dark? I don't think so.
We have all the evidence we need. It's time we ask Dogan a few questions. Dogan, did you say? Please use utmost caution. That man even has henchmen outside of the prison. Outside of the prison. Is this related to his secret trade routes as the supplier? The police have been searching for Dogan's henchmen for ages.
Yeah, he was Greg's assistant, but I wanted to know if he was similar to, if he was more akin to being something like, I'm getting updates about fucking San Diego. He was about 18 when Phoenix was 9. Yeah. But I want to know if he's more akin to being like matched with wits, like how Miles and Phoenix tend to be, or if he was like a student of Gregory's. Because assistant is one thing, but if he was learning from him a lot, that would make a little bit more sense to why Miles said, fuck defense. All my homies hate defense.
So that means back then.
Yep. Yeah, we're questioning him. My thinger is question. Yeah, no, it's definitely math, because you have Ray's age right now. Fuck, let me go to profiles. He's 36. Edgeworth doesn't have his profile. But you can take the ages and match them up, right? There's definitely a timeline you can follow. That's right, I don't know how many times I've tried. I can't report back empty-handed. Edgeworth is 26 now? Yeah, of course.
You had evidence transferred from the precinct.
Yes, we borrowed all the evidence concerning Doge. You played one? Yep, we played it right before this one. I just recently highlighted it as a collection too, so all the VODs are saved.
matter how much evidence we have on him, we can't get a single word out of him. The warden interrogates him himself. Why go that far? Lose your focus and he'll eat you alive. Be on guard. Oh, you've made Uncle Ray a little nervous.
I also really like Ray's walking animation. I think the reason why Miles hates defense attorneys is because of you. Well, I don't even think Miles really hated defense attorneys. He hates lying, conniving women. March 28th, 5:55, prison, special cell.
Judge Courtney, what are you doing here? Questioning a prisoner. Did you forget that we're investigating as well? Or rather, have you forgotten my warning? If you value your badge, you should not have appeared before me again. I'm sorry if you thought that I would abide by those words. I won't overlook something important just to heed your warning. I've come for a testimony about the truth of this case, which you have overlooked. You mean to say you require my humble services? As I promised, I've returned to prove you are the culprit. Interesting. Do tell. Before that, you should first listen to our reasoning. We can say that with confidence that Simon Keyes is the culprit. Only Simon Keyes could have moved Mr. Knightley into the prison. And we can show proof of this fact. But first, I'd like to hear your resolve, Prosecutor Edgeworth. If our reasoning is correct, will you submit to us? Or submit it to us, your prosecutor's badge?
Ape, you'll deprive him of his badge? Is that a threat, pal?
No, it's not a threat. Rather, an act of compassion.
You may have played a big role in why Miles hated defense attorneys. I don't even really, like I said, I don't think it was so much hate, because the first case he actually worked in against a defense attorney, he was facing off against Mia, and Mia was right. I think Von Karma was just overbearing on the fact that, yeah, no, defense attorneys assist criminals and none of them are good. But I think deep down he never really hated defense attorneys. It was just Manfred's imprint on him.
Normally, I wouldn't even have taken notice of you, since you have no right to investigate. However, if you are able to show proper resolve, I would be willing to let you be my opponent. Are you willing to risk it? Your prosecutor's badge. Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Shake. Yeah.
Very well. I trust my own reasoning, but moreover, at the moment, I am currently a defense attorney's assistant and first and prosecutor's second. I will not sully the good name of the Edgeworth law offices.
Yeah, stand there in silent approval. I fuck with it.
I intend to see my job through. I won't yield to your threats. So be it. Is this bravery or simple foolishness? On the goddess of law's behalf, I shall be the judge of that. Sebastian, allow me to... Yeah, I got it. I'm counting on you, Justine.
Ooh. We squaring up. Movement to the prison. I presume you know of the incident Mr. Knightley caused the day before yesterday. He attacked a guard and stole his keys. Yes. Afterwards, Simon Keyes stopped by his cell with an animal cage from the show. During this time, Mr. Knightley was able to use the stolen key to exit his cell. Alright. Sounds about right. He then hid in the cage while it was moved to the prison workroom. All that sounds solid, but I kind of want to ask about... I want to ask about him stealing the keys.
After hearing you talk about the security camera yesterday, we investigated it ourselves. Why don't you have a look? I have here a printout of the security camera footage. This is the moment when Mr. Keyes visited Knightley. Exactly. As you can see, the cage creates a huge blind spot in the cell. By using this blind spot, Mr. Knightley could have entered the cage. That is our reasoning. blind spot. That means the camera doesn't actually show him entering the cage. At this time, there's still the possibility that Knightley never left his cell.
But why would he be hiding inside an animal cage?
Mr. Knightley was planning to escape from prison.
No, if he was planning to escape from prison, wouldn't he just use the keys? Do we have anything to disprove keys? Because the only thing that we have is that the key to his cell is missing and the location is unknown. If he would have stolen the keys, they would have been on his person when we found his body, right? Unless somebody took the key from him, but that doesn't make any sense. Well, I guess the answer is potentially, if we're following that logic, then Jay killed Knightley, stuck his body in the workroom, took the key he had for his cell, opened the cell, and then escaped. Obviously, the one thing I'm still hung up on is the missing stolen uniform, right? It was stolen March 26th, right? What is today? Or in the game, right? Today is the 28th, right? So 2 days ago the uniform was stolen. There has to have been prep time on Elbert's behalf. Do you have a suspect yet? The only two people I can consider right now is Jay and the warden. The warden only because I don't have motive for the warden, but the warden has she has opportunity, right? That's the main thing that I see. Maybe she learned that he was trying to escape and wanted to keep it a little bit more under lock. Just notice the sub badges are Danganronpa characters. Cool. Yeah, no, we played through that series before diving into Ace Attorney. So a few months back we played through those, and now we have those as the sub badges and a couple of the motes. Hajime, Shuichi, yeah, we go Shuichi, Hajime, then you have Makoto, and then you have Mukuro. The canonical strongest character in the series. But yeah, so with the judge, well, not the judge, with the warden, she has opportunity but no motive. With Jay, he has opportunity and he has more motive, but he has some opportunity now. He doesn't have full opportunity. So those are the two that I have on my plate right now, Starsman. Like I said, with Investigations 1 and going on into this game, the mystery is kept a little bit more hidden, and I'm really appreciative of that. Like, it's not apparently obvious, like, who the actual murder suspect is. Komaeda with a gun. Yep. But yeah, no, there's a little bit for me to be like, oh well, it can be this person because of this, or this person because of this. But right now, I'm leaning on Jay and I'm leaning on Roland, because that's pretty much all I have. A prison escape? That's so cool. First Mr. Albert, now Mr. Knightley. I won't let them show me up.
Okay, this isn't the time to get excited. J. Elbert's escape is no laughing matter.
Simon Keyes was aiding in Mr. Knightley's escape. Was he? Was he really? Because it seems like he just brought him the fucking chessboard that could have had a murder weapon in it, that we haven't found out if it has a murder weapon in it or not. In other words, he was an accomplice. Not bad, Simon.
Don't praise him.
A cage was transported temporarily to the workroom. Originally, Mr. Knightley was to remain hidden until the end of the animal show. He would then be carried out along with the cage. I presume that was the plan. However, midway through the plan, he was betrayed by Simon Keyes and murdered.
Judge Courtney's reasoning does appear to make sense. However, there must be a hole somewhere. I must not overlook anything.
Alright, movement to the prison. So, I want to ask about him attacking... Yeah, I don't have anything solid to present, so I guess I can press. We don't lose anything for pressing. Never.
Do you have proof Knightley stole the keys?
It is the only explanation as to why Mr. Knightley would have attacked the guard. We will know for certain the moment the guard regains consciousness.
Is that really true?
Yeah, we also have we've never talked to the guard that Knightley attacked. So that's interesting. There's the potential that he wasn't a guard at all, right? With the missing, that might be why the security, oh no, frames, stop dropping, please. But that could be the reasoning why that security guard outfit was missing. It could be because whoever was wearing it wanted to visit Knightley and stole those keys, right? Also, having the keys be a key item in a case with a man named Keys as the key witness and suspect. That's a little bit of a tongue twister if you set it up right.
Is that really true? Should I ask Judge Courtney for more information?
Yes. Also, the new viewers don't know about the Culture Be Right Back screens. I mean, I'm getting kind of hungry. I might have to take a break here. Grab a snack or something.
If Knightley did indeed steal the key, I'd expect he'd try to escape immediately. Was it really necessary for him to wait for Mr. Keys to help him escape?
He simply chose the method with the highest probability of success. After stealing the key, he concealed it on his personage, as he waited for the opportune moment. That is what I believe.
It's been more than a month, I'm sure of it. No, I brought it up recently. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks, but yeah, no. Be Right Back screen is still there.
He concealed the key. Judge Courtney, such an oversight is unlike you. Knightley could not have concealed the key, and I can prove it.
With the fucking with the fact that the key wasn't fucking found. Is that it?
Knightley did not hide the key, and the proof is
the fact that the key was never found? Question mark. Yeah, that seems about right.
Take that!
We didn't upgrade the Be Right Back screen, did we? No. It still has the characters that were on it last time.
Haven't the guards informed you yet? They searched Knightley after he attacked the guard, and the key was nowhere to be found. Since the key's location is unknown, your logic doesn't hold.
That is not an issue. There is an explanation. Mr. Knightley had the key. It simply wasn't found.
What is the Be Right Back screen about? You'll see it when you see it. Don't worry about it. What do you mean? Nah, it's Ace Attorney characters, Hyperion. I don't know if you yeah, but it's none of the... We didn't add anybody from Spirit of Justice, I think Hyperion was saying.
The reason being, he concealed it inside the chessboard.
The chessboard? You mean the one that concealed the murder weapon?
Come now, how do we know whether or not the murder weapon was really there?
Does it spoil anything from V3? No, it does not. There's absolutely zero spoilers on the Be Right Back screen. What? Take some responsibility for your own words. What's up, Chris? What's up, Jordan?
That was all Sebastian's idea, after all.
So, those two don't always agree on their reasoning.
In other words, once we put all the pieces together, Mr. Knightley concealed the key he stole from the guard inside the chessboard. When Simon arrived, Mr. Knightley used the key to slip out of his cell. He entered the animal cage and was transported to the wardroom. All thanks to his accomplice, Simon Keys. Mr. Knightley had planned to be carried outside after the show had ended. However, he was betrayed by his accomplice and murdered during the circus performance.
Wasn't Simon taking part in the circus performance? Yeah.
Mr. Keys performed in the show. He would have had no opportunity to murder him during the circus performance.
No opportunity? Is that so? A story plays itself out on the stage, and such was the case with the animal show.
So, she examined the content of the show.
The suspect plays the role of the villain who antagonizes the elephant heroine. In the final act, the villain is defeated by the heroine's love and all ends well. And at that point, the suspect in the role of the villain is blown away by the heroine's burning love and makes his exit.
Blown away by the elephant.
Was he hurt? After being blown away, the suspect disappeared from the stage. The suspect was absent from the stage for about 15 minutes.
Are you saying the crime was committed during that time?
Even in such a short period of time, it would still be possible to carry out with the murder. Don't you think so?
Well,
Nope.
So he committed a crime in the 15 minutes and then returned to the stage. That may have been possible if the crime scene had been the prison. Judge Courtney, the actual crime took place in the detention center.
I'm afraid I cannot accept that camera footage alone as evidence.
well, we found some blood.
As for evidence, I have it.
Well then, please show us your evidence. Where is the evidence that shows the scene of the crime was the detention center?
The blood, no YG.
This is the floor. Oh, goddess of law, I am unable to comprehend your mysterious ways.
This is what we discovered. This area here was tested positive for Mr. Knightley's blood.
Fight back.
This blood test, can it really be trusted? To begin with, how were you able to conduct a scientific investigation?
Shake.
Yeah.
I happen to have a subordinate. I can't vouch for his competence, but he's a man that I trust.
Yo, don't show gumshoe like that.
That detective, this concerns me. I cannot think why one would disturb the order of the law. The Prosecutorial Investigation Committee's influence goes as far as the police department.
Gummy's in trouble.
Forgive me, detective. I'm afraid something bad may come of this.
Like a salary cut.
I will accept the fact that blood was found at the detention center as evidence. However...
Oh,
How ridiculous! It's unthinkable of you, you third-rate prosecutor.
Mr. DeBest, you're here? I'd completely forgotten about you.
we gotta say a new name for PIC. That's just too damn long. No, man. Prosecutorial Investigation Committee is just perfect.
There's a giant contradiction in your statement. According to the security tape, a dog killed Knightley in his cell. Then, after he left the cell, the blood on the floor was wiped away.
Technically, that's a 3. You can say that's a 3. Yeah. Yeah, that's 3. It's awkward, but it's 3. It's not great, but he's stupid, so we'll take it.
Then, after he left the cell, the blood on the floor was wiped away. Ah! Did the dog wipe away the bloodstains? As if that could happen.
That is possible with my Anubis, right, boy? That was one of the tricks I taught him while I was still on the outside world. He makes sure to hide any bloodstains he makes, so as not to leave behind any evidence. I was saved, if only by chance.
Shouldn't you have taught your dog to shake or something? Well, I mean, I gotta scratch my ear. I think he's supposed to do it wrong. Yeah, I think that's the point. I think he intentionally does his conductive motion wrong. I think that's intentional. Hyperion.
Anubis also performs that trick very well, but the shake I taught him is a little different from others. First, he bites the victim's hand.
Stop, stop, stop. I don't want to hear anymore.
I see. I understand. Prosecutor Edgeworth. It appears you've gathered a good hand.
I'm glad you understand.
My argument isn't over yet. Objection overruled.
Okay, first time we're actually getting one of those. Finally, about time. Hey, no, that's a little harsh.
Sebastian, would you allow me the privilege of explaining? Sure, Justine.
Do you finally realize the murder occurred in the detention center? Therefore, the assassin's pet dog.
Chris can say the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. He can say the Prosecutorial Investigation Committee. That's facts.
My opinion has not changed. Unless I can understand how the dog was able to enter and leave the crime scene, I'm afraid I cannot accept your logic, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
I've been waiting for you to say that. Now, let me show you. This evidence shows the route the dog used to go between the detention center and the prison.
Oh. It's time to cook. Where's that tunnel at? Y'all ain't know about this one, do you? But they also called it the tragedy, and they also call it the PIC. So what are we saying?
This photo.
It shows a secret tunnel hidden in the prison.
That's impossible. A secret tunnel?
This tunnel was dug by the escaped prisoner, J. Edgeworth.
Yeah, the cut-ins for the interjection or the objections, the hold it, the overruled. Anyone that hasn't been dubbed before Gallus is done by somebody that the fan translation either had with them or reached out to. Beat the dog shit out of Pest and go back to Grand, or I was gonna say Grand, but Girls Frontline.
It begins in his prison cell and is connected to a holding cell in the detention center. Namely, the victim cell.
You didn't know about that, did you?
I'm shocked. How did this...
Dojin, you must have known of this, since you used this tunnel to commit murder.
Yeah, I wonder who could have said it.
In the name of the goddess of law, I hereby reject Prosecutor Edgeworth's claim.
What do you mean?
Evidence is everything. That remains true here, just as in the courtroom. Isn't that right? I have evidence here. Horace Knightley's autopsy report.
Don't hit me with an updated autopsy report. That's my job. Mine. I do that.
Autopsy report.
Since when?
Why are you surprised?
Bro, the fact that Sebastian is just like a really like I want to like idiot feels like it feels like the proper word, but like yes. Aha. The judge that is working with me is presenting this autopsy report. We have all the wait, we got an autopsy report? What do you mean we got an autopsy report? When did we get that? Like, you've been with her the whole time, bro. You should know.
This was delivered straight from the police a short while ago. It's not complete yet. More of a preliminary report. Here, the very word of the goddess of law is written. Cause of death, stab wound to the neck, died instantly. Murder weapon, sharp metal object. The victim was stabbed multiple times in the same spot with a sharp object. Although they were unable to determine the actual shape of the murder weapon, they have clear proof that it was a sharp metal object.
Honestly, Prosecutorial Investigation Committee is fine. Saying sharp metal object is going to fucking ruin me.
So, do you still stand by your claim that a dog used a sharp object to kill the victim?
This can't be.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
But wait, the tunnel contains dogs' footprints. Perhaps it may have been one of Anubis's walking courses. I can never tell what Anubis gets up to outside of my cell. Something feels unnatural about all this, but I have no evidence.
Courtney Pie, you sure pulled out a hidden gem at the very last moment.
She waited for the perfect time to reveal the autopsy report.
Reminds me of somebody I know. We could just call it a shank. I thought you said skank. Okay, bro. Come on.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Holy shit.
Peek or wink.
It's Kokek. He's back. When the fuck? Kokek, have you been lurking this whole time? You absolute bastard. But either way, thank you for sticking with the family for 4 months. Always appreciated to have you, brother.
I let her outwit me again.
Appointed Attorney Shields. Here is the autopsy report from earlier. I apologize for the delay.
No, it's alright. Thank you. Autopsy report, jotted down. I gladly accept it.
Mr. Shields, I don't believe it's necessary to hold hands while exchanging documents. I'd advise you to stop.
Huh?
Persist any longer, and I shall call on the strength of the Goddess of Law.
I'll be careful. I just got here and gotta support when I'm around. Fair enough. I appreciate it, brother.
Justine, well done. Just as I planned. I only acted in accordance to your instructions.
The autopsy report came straight from the police. I can't refute it. However, if the murder weapon wasn't the dog, Doggin will be cleared of suspicion.
The merciful Goddess of Law so decrees. If you choose to yield now, your badge will not be taken.
What will you do, sir? She says that, but my answer remains the same. Judge Courtney, it is as I said before. I will see my job through. I will not yield to threats.
So even now, you refuse to give up. If you want to keep your badge, this may be your last chance.
Right now, I'm a defense attorney's assistant. What I protect is not my badge.
Talk to these niggas. Hold on. Let's go.
But my client.
The Goddess of Law grows weary of your sentiment.
Hold it. The fact that Ray doesn't have a hold it or objection line, I don't, or like, no, he has an objection voice line, but he doesn't have one for hold it. It's a little bit weird, but I want to know if that's intentional, but at the same time, I want to know if it's because this motherfucker has death flags that I can't see. Now we're talking. Miles is starting to understand that a defense attorney never gives up. Actually, those are the words of your old man.
My father.
It really is in your blood. You're the spitting image of him right now. You said it yourself. You've changed since you were tainted by Von Karma. It's only now I've actually come to believe it.
Mr. Shields.
Well then, Miles. Now's the time to put those skills to the test. Think beyond your limits. If the murder weapon was a sharp object, does that really negate your reasoning? What's up, Chris and buddies? What's going on, Soriano?
The murder weapon was a sharp object. That's it.
We got him.
And there were 5 chisels placed inside this cell. Dojin is a former assassin. It's quite possible he could kill someone with just a chisel. In that case, the weapon that killed Horace Knightley was.
Is that all? Well then, I suppose you'll be giving up.
Evidence is everything. Didn't you say?
Ray can't die. The Absol hair gives him plus 15 durability. Fair enough.
The murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, such a weapon has yet to be found.
What? So what are you trying to say?
The only decisive evidence is the actual murder weapon itself. And that was in plain sight this whole time. The real murder weapon is Dogen's chisel.
What did you say? How did you mess up the dark ride? No. No, Majin, no. It would be cool if Dogen was the previous Shelly, and this links to another case since we don't get too many assassins. I think it would be more along the lines of him being a different contract killer, because they never specifically said that he was the previous killer, right? And he got arrested. Like, it would be cool for Shelly and him to have some interaction, but I think that he's not a what's the word? I don't think he was the previous killer, right? I don't think he was Dogen the killer, right? Like, he doesn't leave a calling card, and that's the biggest indicator.
Take responsibility for your own statements. The scene of the crime was Mr. Knightley's cell. You said so yourself.
If the evidence changes, then so will my logic. That too is courtroom procedure, is it not?
Shelly's card is a card with a shell. Yeah. So what would Dogen's card be? Since Chrissy said no shiz emotes, I need Chris to comment on. Oh yeah, no. Fat PK face is banned. If I see you type fat PK face instead of just putting a PK face, it will be deleted every single time. And every single time it gets deleted, the punishment goes up. So if you happen to be the first person that puts the fat PK face, it only gets deleted. Then you get timed out for a minute, then 2 minutes, then 4 minutes, then 8 minutes, then 16. You see where I'm going with this?
If the chisel was used, that means the killer was human. However, the fact remains that we cannot deny the security photo.
Yeah, what about that photo? Stance on colon 3? Colon 3 is fine. You can be weird in here if you want. The stance... This photo shows the moment the dog leapt at the victim. Yeah.
Dogen left it nightly. However, the victim did not die at that time. Didn't die. He was only knocked unconscious. The dog didn't move a dead body, it moved the unconscious nightly. And the real killer is its owner.
I see! If the victim was moved, it would have been possible for Dogen to commit the murder. And use the murder weapon.
Indeed, the killer is Sirhan Dogen. It can only be you.
You're the only one! I bet your teacher used to write on your report card. Needs to pay more attention on what others... Who did that? Who was the person that did that? There was somebody that did that, right? I'm not crazy. It was Luke at me? Yeah. Okay. That's great. I like that.
I would think that describes you more.
We examine that room, every nook and cranny. Granny. Right, Justine? We examined all 4 of Mr. Dogen's chisels, and found no traces of blood.
Hold it!
Thank you, Judge Courtney. Thanks to you, I am now certain.
Thanks to me. Every crook and granny. My favorite is crook and nanny. You can say crook and nanny. Because it's just nook and cranny backwards. Yeah, all 4 blue tracksuit niggas.
When I came here earlier, I saw 5 chisels.
That's right, there were definitely 5 there before. So, the one that disappeared was... Hyperion dropped a Shizimo, get that, man? Look, I said in the future, once that rule gets implemented, then we'll start doing it. But I want the people to start exercising caution. Obviously, you can't quit something cold turkey. It's bad for you. So I'm letting people, you know, get their last couple of hits of it in, and then in a couple days, when you see the first person post it, get timed out, I want you to know. Drop your shizmotes, but don't fucking do it in surplus, right? If you 4-part turtle always gets hyper banned. But if you happen to drop a turtle, I'll let it run. I'll let it run for right now. You can get it out of your system. Don't spam it. There's no need to spam, but you know, treat it as saying your goodbyes.
The smallest one. Oh, the smallest one. Presumably for portable use. Dogen, where is that chisel?
I'm not free to leave this place.
I have no need for a portable chisel. Not free to leave. In that case, he mustn't have been free to hide the deadly chisel either.
Shizzy emotes are the only ones that are banned. Only the bad ones. Like the courage one is fine. One is fine for now. Like I said, if you're fine if you don't do the 4-part one, because not that many people are typing it once. There's no need for that. I'll just ban you.
Dogen, you just dug your own grave.
It seems you know something. Would you care to show it? Please let me use these. Nope. I hate those. They don't look good.
Dogen couldn't leave, so the place he hid his chisel is...
Well, I mean...
Take that!
Dogen is a prisoner, so he can't leave his cell freely.
They look awesome. I don't know what your definition of the word awesome is. But, nah. It's crazy to me to think that PK has better motes than Shizzy, but PK streams less often. I don't get that one. That one's confusing to me. Make it make sense.
Perhaps he could have sent his dog out to dispose of it. But he would not have been able to confirm the weapon's location.
So, what does that leave?
Above all, the special metal tools are allowed in this cell. Even if one chisel were to appear here, no one would suspect a thing.
No, they do not have the same emote artists. Shizzy and PK have two different artists. But PK's motes, like, you can say, oh, PK's only got anime motes. Like, but they all look good. I can all tell what they look like. Bison is there as well. I see! Of course, it's always safe if you do something yourself. Shizzy's a reference of Terminal Montage. Yeah, and those videos work best as, like, slight fucking 2-minute segments. Terminal Montage stuff to me only looks good animated. It do not look good as emotes to me. But I examined everything. I didn't find any hiding places in his cell.
I'm certain that the murder weapon is here. And the reason you haven't found it is because it was cleverly hidden.
You say I hid it? Where exactly?
Where could he have hidden it? I have to remember everything up to this point.
Don't tell me the dog's got it in his mouth. Does this mean what I think it means? Yeah. Hey, Anubis. Wanna open your mouth, bud?
Come to think of it, the dog hasn't barked at me once today. Previously, when I came to this special cell, it barked on Dogen's special command.
But, like, even still, if Twitch emotes get animated, I don't think the fucking Terminal Montage ones are gonna look good in 24x24. The appeal to me to the Terminal Montage art style is the fact that it looks goofy because it's blown up into a big YouTube video size. It being 24x24 or 28x28 is not gonna look great.
That's it. That's what has been out of place. There's just one place he could have hidden the murder weapon.
Giving up already? How dull, how dull.
Hold it!
I will present evidence. This piece of evidence shows where you concealed the murder weapon.
Roman Reigns, niggas. Big dog.
Hasn't your dog been awfully quiet today?
Now that you mention it, it hasn't barked at all. Before, it was... Sirhan Dogen, open that dog's mouth now.
Anubis doesn't bark needlessly. I ordered him to do that before. In that case, order it to bark now.
Naturally, you should be able to, if you have nothing to hide.
It was inevitable. Anubis, show them your mouth.
And it's a bell.
As you can see, a dog of this size can easily conceal a small chisel in its...
They took it away? What edit? What edit did they take away? Brother, no!
I thought he was unusually quiet. Was he unable to follow the discussion?
Sebastian, could you call the forensics department? Urgently, please. I got it. No, not sombrero. This chisel tests positive for blood. What?
I guess that proves my theory wasn't just nonsense.
Would this chisel be the murder weapon then? It reacted positively for blood. There is no doubt about that. If it was a red do-rag or whatever, it was alright. Traces of blood on the chisel.
Mr. Sirhan Dogan, now that the murder weapon has been found, I must ask you for your testimony.
We know how your dog got to the detention center, and we found the murder weapon.
I just thought it was too it was too obvious for it to be Dogan, honestly. Like this seems like it was too he was too perfect of a suspect, right? Evil serial killer with a dog. They showed the dog in the preview. It felt like that was super simple.
Do you still think you can talk your way out of this?
Interesting. This guy, even at a time like this, he's still smiling.
Well, Anubis, it seems everyone has become suspicious of you. It's quite troubling, but since it has come to this, we have no choice but to tell the truth.
Boss, by the way. Yeah, really. I wonder where I put those other now and laters. Because I've only got one left in this pack. And I'm fucking hungry. Why does Dogan Head look like one of the peanuts from the Proud Family movie? You know, I didn't think about it until just that sentence I read. I'm a poet, by the way. Until I read that sentence, but, you know, now that you say it, it do look like that. That movie, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't fuck with the Proud Family movie as much as I fuck with regular episodes of Proud Family. It was whatever, but it wasn't like amazing. I much prefer watching regular episodes of Proud Family.
I did not kill anyone. I've long since grown wary of killing.
Now, I believe that. I want to believe that, but it seems that this game is intent on setting me down the serial killer did it path. So let's find out. Alright, now that I'm eating these now and later, I'm not going to be able to do voices. My damn jaw, though. Now and later's, huh? Yep. These ones are banana because I ran out of the rest of them. It was a variety pack. Also, yeah, we can explain your motive. You know somebody by the name of Knightley. But he wouldn't kill him because he beat him in chess. That's stupid. Alright. Not big on fruity candy. Yeah, some people either go chocolate or they go fruity. I know a lot more people that go fruity, though. Yes, there is. This kind of seems pretty simple. Are you sure about that? Wait, where is the... Oh, here it is. Yeah. Alright. Now that we've gotten that out of the way.
You've lost your touch, Sirhan Dogan. If you had your dog clean up after you, you should have disposed of this too. This is a record of a correspondence chess game found in the victim's cell. This record and the chessboard in your cell both clearly depict the same game. I've heard that the number of possible chess positions is around 10 to the 120th power, which I believe is correct.
10 times 10, 120 times. 100, 1,000, is that even a real number?
Indeed, there's absolutely no way these two could have coincided by chance. Tell us your reason for killing Knightley, unless you intend to explain this as a coincidence.
Uh-oh.
Well, don't they say that the truth is stranger than fiction? It is as you said, this is merely a coincidence.
But there's no way that could have happened.
My correspondent's chess opponent was the victim in this incident. What a horrible coincidence. Aren't you shocked too, Anubis? Looks like I'll have to tell them the truth. Anubis, my boy, the animal show or something, that was when everyone left. Anubis brought the body to my cell. He had already been stabbed in the neck with the murder whip. I did not wish to be suspected, so I had Anubis carry the body to the workroom. After that, he pulled out the murder weapon and returned to me. So you're saying the one who pulled the weapon out was Anubis? That's right. If I pulled out the murder weapon here, the blood would have been problem.
Mr. Edgeworth, isn't this what that sod guy said? Large black dog, biting into the neck of the victim. Hard candies mid. It depends on the candy. Like, I really like I said, now and laters. Fuck with some now and laters. Now and laters are heat. Because they become chewy. But yeah, no. I'm fine with hard candies. Like, I'll eat a lifesaver or two. Like the, like, if you say you don't like dum-dums, like, come on. Are you a dum-dum? I'll be here all week. The dog killed him.
I see. So that means Sod witnessed the moment the murder weapon was pulled out. Oh yes, that prisoner's testimony. It surprised me when I first heard it. It's not often that Anubis makes a blunder like that, right, boy? Now, I believe that explains my actions. I did not kill him. All I did was remove the murder weapon. Now then, will that be all? Anubis is getting tired.
Objection.
Oh there. Just a moment. Mr. Dogan. Mr. Shields. Isn't there one thing you haven't explained? Why'd you need to pull out the murder weapon in the first place? Yeah, that's right. I understand why he'd move the body to draw suspicion away from him. But he didn't need to retrieve the murder weapon.
No, see, Ray's objection line voice, it's actually pretty funny because he said in the first time he actually did it, which was yesterday, he says, "Don't I put on a good objection voice?" So it's a fake voice. He's putting on a voice for that. He's trying to make himself seem cooler than he is.
I thought him a fool, but how quickly his scent has changed.
Care to elaborate, Mr. Dojin?
It was because of this bell. The bell attached to the murder weapon, and the bell on my dog's neck. They share a distinctive shape, wouldn't you say? The assassin Sirhan Dogan's trademark.
An assassin's trademark? Yeah, we talked about, like, the bells.
The blind assassin Sirhan Dogan. He always appears at the sound of a bell.
We did talk about that, didn't we? Am I going crazy?
The sound of a bell ringing in the dark of night is said to be the last thing his target hears. You remember well. It has been a while since you last saw my bells, after all. When I prosecuted you in court, I confiscated a knife with the bell attached to it. Yes, my bells. There are only 2 in the world.
Only 2?
They're custom-made, attached to my knife in Anubis' collar.
Yeah, Degrasso also leaves a calling card. What the fuck? Get on the same page? Yeah. Even though I can only rely on my ears, I can easily identify them. Alas, one has been confiscated and is not in my possession. Okay, so one of the knives has been confiscated and is in police custody. It's weird because this feels like this is the end of the case, right? Like, it feels like I'm approaching what feels like the end of the case. It feels like they're pushing Dogen did it, and we're about to fucking arrest him. But he's also pushing for the fact that we don't have all the clues yet. So, what's the gimme here? I feel like I would be wrong to just assume it's Dogen, though. I thought my knife must have been embedded in the body. So imagine my confusion when I found that it was merely a chisel with my bell attached. Indeed, your knife is nothing like this chisel. Either way, those bells are my trademark. Moreover, I'm the only one in this prison who uses chisels. With all this, I knew I would be falsely suspected. So I removed the murder weapon and hid it.
Hold it!
So you're claiming that you only moved the body. Didn't I tell you? That chisel isn't mine. If you think I'm lying, go ahead and check for my fingerprints. Sebastian. Eh? Me? But how do I check for forensics? Yes, ma'am. Reaction! We have fingerprints. They're Knightley's, Justine. What about Dogen's? Nope, just Knightley's. And there's no evidence of prints being wiped either. It was in a dog's mouth. Think that would wipe away some fingerprints. Only Knightley's fingerprints. It can't be. Should we re-examine it? See now? I never even touched that chisel. Because I ordered Anubis to carry it in his mouth. In other words, the fingerprints belong to the chisel's original owner. The murder weapon's owner was the victim? Huh. This is perplexing. At any rate, I did not touch the murder weapon. In other words, the killer could not have been me. Isn't that right? I have nothing to refute that. How could this... Is he really not the killer? Could Dogen's testimony actually be true? This can't be. It seems this is sufficient enough to not warrant any further explanation. As it stands, you have not changed the state of this case. I believe this is more than enough reason for us to relieve you of your badge. To save any needless fuss, I'd suggest you hand over your badge now. Oh, or is this going to be like, that would actually be pretty cool. If we start down the path of investigation and we get shit on because we lose our badge, it's kind of like what would happen with fucking LA Noire, and we lose our vice badge and we have to go work fucking, we have to go work arson. That would actually be pretty neat. If we get stripped of our prosecutor's badge in this game, is us reclaiming it from being a defense attorney. That would actually be really sick. This is bad, sir. They sound serious. It's regrettable, but with those prints as decisive evidence, I'll have to rethink my logic from step one. But there are still many unexplained things. Why would Mr. Knightley be carrying a chisel? It could be used for many things, perhaps even a prison escape. Well then, how did he carry it into the prison? I mean, the prisoners aren't even allowed cutlery. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Huh. Even if your reasoning is off at first, you shouldn't let that confuse you. The most important thing is to arrive at the truth, isn't that right? It doesn't matter how you get there. The end result is to save Simon. We have to do everything we can for his sake. Well said, Kay. Nice one, Kay. I really want to scout you for the law firm now. Remember when Uncle Ray said a defense attorney never gives up? Miles, do you understand the true meaning behind those words? The true meaning of those words. Defense attorneys carry the fate of their client on their shoulders.
You are the only person your client can rely on. Just like with Mr. Keys, we're the only ones who can save him now. We are linked by fate to our clients. That is why we must never give up. There's no way Uncle Ray can go against the teachings of Gregory. So, what'll you do?
Currently, I'm a defense attorney's assistant. No, an assistant at my father's firm. I have made a commitment to this case. Therefore, if I don't save my client, I cannot say I've achieved it.
This seems to be going on for quite a bit. I think once we get to the end of this segment, we're gonna end for today.
I will abide by this to save Simon Keys. No matter how many times my logic fails, I will always find another possibility.
Well then, let's search for that other possibility. To start with, do you think there was a way Mr. Knightley could have brought the chisel into the prison?
The method Knightley used to bring the chisel into the prison was...
Has to be the fucking chessboard, right? Because we said the murder weapon was concealed with it, or within it. So if the murder weapon was concealed within it, and the chisel's the murder weapon, kind of seems a little bit obvious to me. Don't know about y'all.
Normally, metal objects can't be brought into the detention center or the prison.
They'd just be caught by the security gate.
However, there is one way to avoid this, and that is if they're sent in a package to the detention center.
Yep, we talked about this slight moment ago.
So, they don't use a metal detector for that.
Yes, 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 we already got this.
Knowing this, Knightley asks Simon to send him a package, namely a chessboard containing the chisel.
Well, this has solved one of our problems. The fact that the chisel was not Mr. Dogan's, but Mr. Knightley's.
Given this, one major issue remains. The security camera shows a dog attacking the victim. As long as that exists, I will maintain that Dogan is the killer.
But Dogan never touched the murder weapon. I'm stumped. We also desire a conclusion to this matter.
Mr. Edgeworth, we can use one of my secret weapons, sir. Secret weapon number 4. Video analyzing machine. Mr. Analysis. What's with that ridiculous name? I named it myself, sir. Just to let us analyze the video footage in detail. Go ahead. You'll soon see I'm not lying. I don't know what will come of this, but all we can do now is investigate. Mr. Edgeworth, do you know how to use Mr. Analysis? A video analysis machine? Should I hear how to use it? Fuck no.
It's probably just play, pause, stop.
I see no particular need for an explanation. Yes, sir. Alright, let's turn on Mr. Analysis and get started. Use Mr. Analysis to examine any suspicious part of the video, sir. This is the video from the detention center's camera. I believe this was the moment when Knightley was being attacked by the dog. If that wasn't the case, then what does it show? Is the person in this video really Knightley? And what is the true form of the black silhouette attacking this person? I should check the video and try to find the answers to these 2 questions. There could be unexpected things in unexpected places, so be sure to check every nook and cranny in the video, sir.
What part of the video is strange? Well, let's see. We gotta look at the actual black figure attacking him, right? Oh. Oh, when it's like a frame by frame, too.
Nothing here. I should have another look at the video. Maybe I'll find something if I make use of the zoom feature.
Do I need to zoom in more? Okay. Okay, maybe back out. Advanced frame. And zoom.
This is... I fear we have made a grave miscalculation. This animal, this silhouette, no matter how you look at it, it is not a dog. this animal is.
Well, I mean, damn it, Rocky.
From the silhouette, I'd say the animal is not a dog, but a bear.
So in that photo I took,
Those footprints must have belonged to the bear, yes.
alright. Did you say a bear?
Yes, that man is the first to come in mind. And now that we know this black shadow isn't a dog, but a bear, there's a good possibility that the man being attacked is not Knightley.
Whatever can show that this man is a knight should be somewhere in the video, wouldn't it, sir?
Since his face is not visible, it would be difficult to get direct confirmation. However, perhaps there is something indirectly reflected.
The mirror? Something reflected? Hey, isn't there a mirror in the cell, sir?
Indeed, that would be worth examining.
Alright. Zoom. Enhance. Oh, it's only one zoom level? Do I have to play from back here? Nope. Huh. So. What? Can I see it now? Well, we can see his... Oh, can we see the, Can see his hands? Question mark? There's gotta be... We've gotta see something in the fucking mirror. That's... Maybe... Because he comes back, right? Yeah, he comes back in front of the, What the fuck? Is that a hat? Is that supposed to be the guard hat?
A reflection of this person can be seen in a mirror. Is that a cap on his head?
Actually, it looks kind of like the caps the prison guards wear, sir.
You don't think it was a guard who was attacked? Have you received a report of any guard being attacked by an animal?
No, not that I've heard, sir.
Then it was someone else wearing a guard's uniform.
It was J. Elbert.
I have evidence that shows what this cap is. It is...
Yeah. I was wondering when it would come into play.
There was no report of a guard being attacked by an animal. However, we did hear that a guard's uniform was stolen. Putting two and two together, I'd say this was a disguise. For the purpose of a prison escape.
Disguised as a guard. It sounds like it could have been successful, sir. Huh? Speaking of a prison escapes.
Indeed, that person certainly was successful. We were all under the impression that the person in this video was Knightley.
But it's his cell after all. Why would it be anyone else?
That line of logic no longer holds. Remember the tunnel under his bed? It's possible whoever used this tunnel is the one in this video.
It seems it's time to answer that question. Just who is the person in this video?
And the person in this video is...
Well...
The person wearing the guard's uniform is... the escaped prisoner, J.L. The probability is extremely high. His pet is a polar bear.
But the bear here is black.
We have evidence that can explain this matter. The reason the polar bear became black is...
he was getting rubbed down with a mud pack.
Think back to Frank Sword's testimony.
It's the rubber glove I dropped. Yep, you were doing a rub down with a mud pack. Alright, come on.
During the animal show, Mr. Salt was applying mud packs to the animals.
So then, among those animals,
was this polar bear? Yes. Prosecutor Edgeworth, there is a huge contradiction in your argument. The security camera footage...
Judge Courtney, you are quite right. Sword used the mud packs during the animal show. Knowing this, a new contradiction in the video comes to light.
A new contradiction?
Okay, do you know when this footage was taken?
It was after the mud packs were used. That would put it around 9 a.m.
In that case, you should notice something strange about this video.
What? Strange thing that contradicts the time this video was taken is... Oh, it's quite literally the time this video was taken. Okay.
The time Sword covered the polar bear in mud was around 9 a.m. Which means this video should also have been taken at 9 a.m. However, the timestamp reads 6 a.m. On that day, the prisoners went to the courtyard to watch the animal show. At this time, only 3 people remained behind. Dogan in the special cell, Salt in the workroom applying his mud packs, and the one who put his escape plan in motion at that moment, J. Elbert. Elbert left the polar bear in Salt's care and entered the secret tunnel.
Look at him go!
However, the bear escaped from Salt and followed after its owner. Just as he was chasing after the escaped bear, Salt happened to witness the dog pulling the murder weapon out of the body. If Salt's testimony is correct, this video must have been taken at around 9 a.m. However, the timestamp is off by 3 hours.
Why would the timestamp be off like that?
Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to examine the security camera.
There he goes. Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. I asked all the guards in. What you got for me? It seems the camera's power was cut off for a moment, going off the timestamp.
What?
The camera's an old model, so if it loses power, the clock stops as well.
In that case, this means the camera's power was cut for 3 hours.
Alright. Makes sense. While I'm at it, I got some more information for you, sir. You heard that Knightley denied stealing the key, right? It seems nobody would believe the words of a criminal, but... Knightley testified, I was knocked out too.
That may not necessarily be a lie.
My, there you all are. What's up, Roland? Making progress in your investigation. Can I be of any help?
Actually, Warden Roland, there is something we must report to you. The escaped prisoner, J. Elbert, is most likely still inside the prison. He's disguised himself. Here is the proof. The person visible in the security video is Elbert. So perhaps he's still in this very building.
Come to think of it, didn't Mr. Elbert have a bracelet like the other prisoners?
The bracelet would have been concealed under the uniform's sleeves. Moreover, the prisoner's main gate does not have a sensor to detect bracelets. All he would have to do is avoid any doors with sensors inside the prison.
That's right. So if he didn't enter the cells or the workrooms, could one of you guys be J. Elbert? Oh, Rocky! Hey, Jay.
Stop it, what are you doing? It would seem that Rocky has answered that question for us.
No! Rocky, this is all your fault.
The little guy loves you a little so much it's enviable.
Right then, seize him at once.
Wait, there's something we must hear from this prisoner. It's necessary if we are to find the truth. I'd like permission to interrogate.
Understood.
What do you want out of me?
Elbert's escape route is linked to Knightley's cell, so it's highly likely he knows something about the crime. I'd like to ask you about the day the body was found.
I mean, if you want to get technical, he didn't break out of jail.
when the body was found. So it was you guys, you're the ones who found my secret tunnel. Took me ages to dig that. The day the body was found was the day I planned to escape. I was in disguise. Then Rocky followed after me, but he was all covered in mud. I panicked and returned to my cell. I believe that.
Damn, if only you guys hadn't shown up. If only Knightley hadn't died. You say you dug the tunnel. What did you use to dig it?
Oh, that? Just hammers and spoons, stuff like that. I brought them. Oh. Ooh. Now you're snitching.
No need to lose your temper. There's always next time. On the day of the incident, it's possible that Elbert met Knightley while he was still alive. I'll have to listen to his testimony carefully.
Alright. I think we ask about him. Ask about his escape plan, right? You were in disguise. Tell me more.
Did you obtain the guard's uniform from the supplier, too? Yeah, that's right. Seems he got it by threatening a guard. The guy went and stole it from someone's locker. So when you went through the tunnel, you were already dressed like a guard.
No, to ensure that the clothes wouldn't get stained with mud, I carried them with me. Once I got out of the hole, changed clothes. Getting out of the cell doors was simple. And that's when Rocky ran up and jumped on me.
That must be the moment the security camera captured. I see. Could you add that to your testimony?
Let's get out of the hole and change clothes. Getting the cell doors was simple. Was it? Did you have the key? Do you?
You say it was as simple getting through the cell door.
Yeah, that's right. You got a problem with that?
Even though you managed to arrive at Knightley's cell, opening the door wasn't so simple. How did you intend to unlock the cell door? J. Elbert, you had the key to Knightley's cell.
I ain't got nothing like that. That's it. It was open. It was already unlocked when I got there.
Indeed, the cell was vacant after Knightley's death, which is why, at the time we conducted our investigation, it was unlocked. Your successful escape attempt occurred after Knightley's death, so the door would have been open. However, you had tried to escape once before.
The plan was foiled thanks to Rocky. The video shows it.
Yes, that was during the animal show, before Knightley's death was shown. And the cell door was locked because no one knew he was dead.
That also answers the question of why he was still in the prison when we were doing our initial investigation.
Without the key to Knightley's cell, your escape would have been impossible.
That means it can't be.
It's exactly what you think. In the case of the stolen key, the culprit is J. Elbert. You were the one who attacked the guard, weren't you?
Menacing.
The guard and Knightley too, in order to steal the cell key.
It wasn't me. I don't know any Knightley.
After stealing the key, return to your cell as a precautionary measure. Then you waited for a time when the prison would be mostly vacant. That was just before Knightley's death became known. In other words, during the animal show. But in the end, the plan was foiled thanks to Rocky.
Don't screw with me. If you don't have evidence, I'll still win by decision. Besides, it was that Knightley guy who attacked the guard, right?
I think not. Regarding the theft of the keys, Knightley was the victim. This proves Knightley was the victim who was attacked in his cell.
You wiped up his blood? Or someone wiped up his blood?
Take that!
We're shooting with 100% accuracy from the free throw line.
In Knightley's cell, there were traces of his blood, which had been wiped away. I believe this is more than enough proof Knightley was attacked in his cell.
You attacked those two people and stole the key, didn't you? Got it.
Damn. I never thought you'd find the bloodstain I wiped away with that newspaper.
Why would you go through all the trouble of wiping the bloodstain?
On the hands of Knightley and the guard, were obviously signs of a scuffle, you know. If the bloodstain were uncovered, they'd find out there was another attacker. If anyone looked around the bed, the tunnel I dug would be discovered.
So you were trying to buy more time for your escape attempt. But I'm afraid to say your plan still ended in failure. Now, hand over the keys to Knightley's cell.
Got him.
Not your mouth guard and your teeth. Rocky!
Well, Edgeworth did say he was going to KO him with the truth. How could an amateur like you knock me out? Here, I got the keys right here.
Yep. What? Hold it. If you have that key, then that means...
That's right, Judge Courtney. You reasoned that Knightley stole the key and used it to leave his cell. From there, he entered Mr. Key's cage and was moved to the workroom. However, the very foundation of that hypothesis has collapsed.
How?
I see. In that case, there was only one person who could have moved Knightley. The criminal must have been someone who knew about the secret tunnel. Hey, are you suggesting...
J. Edgeworth, you're under arrest, pal.
Wait, I didn't do nothing. Sure, I knocked those two guys out. Then I stole the keys. And after that, I waited for the perfect time to enter that guy's cell. But the cell was empty then. There was no dead body either. And also, how could I have gotten into the workroom? I couldn't even leave my own cell, right?
It's true, you only have the key to Knightley's cell.
Big yawn.
But there's also Dogen's dog.
What?
It'd be possible for the dog to carry the body to the cell, from the cell to the workroom.
I see. So, you're saying there was an accomplice?
The crime would have been possible if Edgeworth and Dogen were working together. It's perfectly plausible. Somehow Edgeworth managed to carry Knightley's body to his own cell. And then the dog must have carried it to the workroom. Yes, because all the animals can move freely in the prison. But that's not the case for the path between the detention center and the prison. The only one who could use that route was you, J. Edgeworth.
What if there was another route that you didn't know about?
There couldn't have been. The tunnel is a straight path, is it not?
Yeah, it seems like it. I didn't have enough time to dig any more than I did. I only dug halfway up the corridor.
What? You mean to say that you didn't dig the entire tunnel?
When I got to that cell, the tunnel was already there. There was a tunnel linking my cell to the well. Looking down the well from the courtyard, there's no mistaking it. They've always been connected. I just continued the tunnel with my digging.
What was that hole doing there in the first place?
Who knows? Maybe another inmate dug in an attempt to escape.
Or maybe the animals dug it. Maybe they wanted to drink from the well.
That's highly doubtful. There's no water in that well anymore. It's all dried up. Huh? Wait a minute. That's it. For some reason, that well gave off a nice scent. A nice scent. I don't know what it was, but it smelled sweet, like candy.
This scent. I believe we've come across it before. We know this scent from... The scent on the body? Yeah, has a sweet scent. There we go. Knightley's body was giving off a sweet candy-like scent. We used a police dog to track that scent, and that led us to discover the tunnel. By any chance, could this be the same scent as well? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I know what you're trying to say. That the scent proves that the body was carried down through the tunnel. Exactly, and... J. Edgeworth, you were the only one who could have used the tunnel.
Well, we don't know what don't know what causes the scent, right? Because if it really was that cake, then that points back to Dogen. But Dogen has already pretty much proven his innocence as anything other than an accomplice, right? At last, this truth comes to light. Mr. Albert, wouldn't it be wise to confess now? To being an accomplice, I mean.
Don't tell me even you suspect me too. Judge Courtney, it seems you and I have come to the same conclusion.
Not at all. Our thoughts on the matter are still quite different. Mr. Albert was certainly an accomplice, but an accomplice to Horace Knightley.
Hold it!
Yo, what?
What do you mean?
Mr. Albert did not move the body. He simply lent the victim his keys.
What?
It would seem Mr. Albert did indeed strike Mr. Knightley on the head. However, Mr. Knightley was not knocked out.
Are we serious here? That sounds stupid. You sound stupid right now.
The two must have made a little negotiation.
Negotiation.
For Mr. Knightley's escape plan to work, he would have needed the keys to his cell, so Mr. Albert stole them from a guard. On the other hand, for Mr. Albert to escape, he needed to get Mr. Knightley's cell. But if Mr. Knightley had seen him and yelled, the plan would have gone down the drain. And so, they negotiated.
Doesn't seem like the negotiations work, seeing as one of them is dead and the other hasn't escaped yet.
I didn't negotiate nothing.
Oh, you still intend to deny it?
I see. So, in other words, we're back where we started.
Mr. Albert opened the cell door and Mr. Knightley entered Mr. Key's cage.
I like how instead of a K, it's an actual knight symbol.
And then he was moved into the prison. Of course, and then he was killed in the prison workroom.
Weren't you listening? The scent on the body shows it must have been moved through the tunnel. Knightley was moved from the detention center through the tunnel.
Please wait until someone is finished before speaking. I do not claim that he wasn't moved through the tunnel.
What?
You don't? The scent shows that the body was moved through the tunnel.
The criminal with nothing to lose and nobody to protect is denying it. Let's not believe him. Yeah, right?
However, that does not mean it came from the detention center. What do you mean? That sure sounds like a contradiction to me. Isn't there one more possibility? The well in the courtyard. It's possible that the body was dropped down from there. The courtyard? Ah, the well in the courtyard. Mr. Keyes carried the cage not to the workroom, but to the courtyard. Mr. Knightley was killed in the courtyard, and his body was dropped down the well.
So are you pivoting back to Simon did it? I wasn't smelling any fucking candy perfume on Simon, though.
And then the body was moved at the bottom of the well. Then the body was at the bottom of the well was moved by Mr. Dogen's dog.
Anubis, no.
Now, there's one thing I'd like you all to remember. Before the body was discovered, what was happening in the courtyard? The animal show, right? Regina and Simon were there. Wait, Simon? Ah, I see you understand. Who then dropped the body down the well?
Judge Courtney. She's a tough opponent. A flexible way of thinking enables her to adapt and come up with her own deductions.
Mr. Knightley was not carried to the workroom, but to the courtyard, and Mr. Keyes was off stage for 15 minutes. This is when he dropped Mr. Knightley down the well. It's as simple as that.
Judge Courtney, your reasoning is sound, I'll admit that. However, let's say the body was dropped down the well.
Wouldn't it have fucking bruises and shit?
That didn't have to be done during the show. It could have been happened at a different time.
Unfortunately for you, Prosecutor Edgeworth, that is not possible.
What?
When the show started, Mr. Albert was in the tunnel, on his way to the cell block. Mr. Albert, at that time, did you happen to see a body in the tunnel?
Nope, nothing like that.
So if the body had been dropped before the show, Mr. Elbert would have seen it. However, as he has stated, he did not see a body. So it is impossible to think that the body was dropped before the show. After the show, the body was discovered in the workroom. Good God. In other words, the body being dropped down the well and moved to the workroom could only have been done during the show, and the only one who could have done it is Simon Keyes. Mr. Edgeworth, what shall we do?
The body was moved through the well. Does that put Mr. Keyes at a major disadvantage? That does put Mr. Keyes at a major disadvantage. However, the notion that the body was moved through the well is only a hypothesis. That doesn't mean there is evidence.
I'm obligated to recognize that fact.
Would you allow me to investigate the courtyard once more?
I give my approval, in the name of the goddess of law.
Reinvestigating the courtyard. I fear this may be our final chance.
Oh.
Huh? What?
Oh, great.
Fire!
Could be another prison break, pal.
Should we evacuate?
Everyone, please remain calm. This is just the signal for the evening meal. Oh, it's a little loud, so I can understand why you'd be surprised. It sure scared me. I'm terribly sorry. And with that, everyone, please return to your posts. J. Albert, it's also time for you to return to your room.
I got it. Let's go, Rocky. Warden Roland, we will be proceeding to the courtyard for another investigation.
Isn't it time for you to go home as well, Mr. Edgeworth? It looks like we're out of time. Why don't you continue this another time?
But the investigation.
Today's been a big day, right? With the escaped prisoner and all. So I'm afraid I can't let any outsiders like you loiter around any longer. This is my decision as the warden of the prison.
So you want me to stop my investigation?
Looks like it can't be helped. The warden's ward can be called the law of the prison. Prosecutor Edgeworth. This means we will have to carry out our investigation another day. Until then, you may hold on to your prosecutor's badge. And with that, I leave you.
Definitely has to be continued after this, right? There's no way in hell it still goes.
Now, I think it's time you all left.
Well, it looks like we'll have to continue the investigation to tomorrow. Knightley's body was dropped down the well and was carried to the workroom from Mr. Elbert's cell. This is Judge Courtney's logic, but is it correct? And Judge Courtney claims that Mr. Keyes transported him, but was Mr. Keyes really the only one with a chance to move him?
Mr. Edgeworth, let's do our best tomorrow. We have to save Simon, no matter what.
Indeed, I agree. I must prove that Mr. Keyes' innocence without fail.
To be continued. Yeah, okay. So, takeaway from the ending right there, I think it's very, very odd that the warden was adamant on, hey, you can't investigate, you gotta go home, you'll be back tomorrow, giving her time alone with that crime scene. So, or with the new proposed crime scene where the body was moved from. So there's going to be I'm saying right now that I'm suspecting more of the warden, but I still don't think it's the warden alone. I still think that Dogan had some hand in it, but I think that that's probably the implication of the interrogation between Dogan and the warden. I think she has something on him, and he doesn't want that information to get leaked. So he's just following her orders for now, but making it seem like he's defiant. But either way, we'll have those questions and more potentially answered tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to take a break tomorrow and stream on Saturday. But as for right now, that's going to do it for the stream today. I'd like to thank you all very much for coming out. I'd like to give a big thanks to Alonzo and Kokek for continuing to stay with the family for as long as they have. But until the next stream, I'll just have to catch you guys later. Peace.